All right, guys, we welcome you to a monumental game in the UFL. Two teams sitting at 3-2. It's a big one. Remember that in the UFL, only the top two teams in each conference make it to the playoffs. DC sits in first at 4-1 in the XFL conference. This is a battle for second place as things stand, as we are in the second half of the season officially. 5 games down, 5 more to go, and it heats up here with a huge game of the Dome. It's a big night in St. Louis sports. There's a lot going on tonight in St. Louis sports, and this is right up there with one. We weren't able to do any of the UFL games last week only because I was at the draft, but we are doing all the games this week, which is awesome. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this stream. My name is Jarrett9. If you have never been to a JG9 live stream before, how it works is like this. Fire away in the chat any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything, everything. Any donation, get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see them. Vote in that poll. Who wins this game? Battlehawks or the Renegades? Going to get this game underway in just a little bit at the Dome. And if you are a member, you have the emojis. You can show your support for either one of these teams playing today, Arlington or St. Louis. So appreciate all you guys tuning in for this stream. And yeah, a new video should be dropping sometime in the next 90 minutes. I am finishing up the editing process as we speak. The audio is in. I just have to sync up all the clips and whatnot. So hopefully by halftime, when you get this video, I'm going to be working on that at the same time as I do this game. How's it going? Jackson Bryce, Giants fan, looking all right so far. Looking all right this season so far. The NL West, it's 4 teams and then the Rockies. Magic are fine. Magic are fine. Draft was awesome. Draft was one of the best drafts I've ever been to. Green Bay did a heck of a job. It was so much fun, and they were on top of it. Draft location to rotate to the location of every team by oldest to newest. Nah, it should rotate, but it should not be just oldest to newest. It should not be just oldest to newest. But it definitely should rotate. I like what they're doing. They have a good thing going with the traveling circus almost. All right, we are underway here at the Dome. Kickoff fielded at the 2-yard line, and here we go. Taken out to the 25, the 30, and down to the 32-yard line. That is where the Arlington Renegades are going to start the game. And Greg Popovich stepping down, and Mitch Johnson, the new coach. I'm not surprised he's stepping down. Had a feeling after the health complications. Heck of a career. End of an era. You're going to miss him a ton. Yeah, I think after what happened with him with the Aces, I'm not sure that was going to ever come to fruition. Well, so they had a succession plan for a while. With the health issues. All right, here we go. One at the top, two at the bottom. Let's do this thing. Motioning over is Winstead. They give up the middle. It goes to the 35-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3 on the play. A lot of trolling by Green Bay to the Chicago Bears fan base. Made their way to Green Bay. No, but it was the other way. It was a lot the other way around. The Bears fans or Bears picks trolling the Packers by saying that Caleb Williams is undefeated at Lambeau Field. How's it going, Abel? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate it tuning in. So you and NK say both in this chat. Love it. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. 2nd and 7. Arlington coming off that crazy loss to DC, the game of the year. Curl route, that ball is caught. It's Canella on the grab down to the 41-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1. Both these teams looking to rebound after some rough stretches. Both these teams have lost 2 of their last 3. For starting the season 2-0. Come on, Gabby, leave the yard. Okay, that's off the glove. That's fine. I'll take 2. Some movement beforehand. We'll see what the call is. First flag of the game. I do have the D-backs on my other screen as well. Let's check this call. Neutral zone infraction. Arlington was calling for it, and they get it. 5-yard penalty and automatic first down. So move it up to the 46-yard line. Again, appreciate all you guys tuning in for this stream. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Helps out a ton on the channel. I'm not sure we're doing overtime tonight. Just keep that in mind because the band I like is playing at the bar downtown, so I'm not sure if we're going to do OT tonight. So just keep that in mind. The NFL rivals coming out division rotating each year. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. They didn't really explain it that well at the draft. Perez, slam pass. That ball is caught in plus territory. Called a gain of 9. Nice grab there by Deontay Burnett. Down to the 45 of St. Louis. 20K attendance, just unfortunate timing. Yeah, I think for this game, you have to remember too with St. Louis, for whatever reason, the upper levels are open. So the lower level looks very empty because the upper levels are open. The other thing too is that a lot of people probably bought tickets and then it's not based on butts in the seats. It's based on how many people bought. And that, I don't know what on earth Day Hunter's doing there. He could have just gone forward. He was way too patient, never did anything. And 3rd and 1, there's some extra quick whatever. There's a punch after. Are they going to get a flag? Are they going to get a flag on PETA? They are not. 3rd and 1. Yeah, but obviously, I can't blame Battlehawk fans for not being there today, seeing as the Blues are doing some stuff. Tomorrow we're doing the UFL game and we're doing the D-backs Phillies game. 3rd and 1. 9 on the play clock. Perez, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. He's under center here. Perez, 2 on the play clock. Got to get this off. They do. QB sneak. He's just going to fall forward for a gain of 2 and a first down. The NFC North, AFC West do it first. As NFC North is old rivals and then AFC West. Yep. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm excited for it. UFL, I think tomorrow is 12 o'clock Eastern time. I think 12 o'clock Eastern for UFL and then 7 o'clock or 6:40 for the... I think it's like 6:40 for the D-backs game. It works out. We can do both. I know that. First and 10. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Play action. Perez. They send 4. Flag on the play at the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Caught by the tight end down to the 35. Gain of 8 by Seth Green. There was a flag on the play. So we'll see what the call is here. It came right on the snap on the opposite side of the line. What's the call? Usually this means something about illegal motion, and it is an illegal shift. So wipe off the gain of 9. Instead, it's a loss of 5. Make it 1st and 15. Yes, schedule release. Yeah, that's May 14th. So we got 2 weeks to that, but yes, we will go live for that. And if the NFL announces that they're going to release like the international games early, like a day early and whatnot, we will go live for that when that happens. So we are doing a schedule reveal stream, and I'm really excited about that because that went really well last year. That was a lot of fun to do. Luis Perez, see the best Texas A&M Commerce product ever? It's the only one I know. It's the only one I know. 1st and 15, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. In the pistol, Perez takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, breaks the tackle, into the second level, down to the 37-yard line. Nice bit of running there by Ballage. They get 11, brings up 2nd and medium. So they get the yardage back that they lost on the illegal shift and then some. 2nd and 6. Arlington has scored over 30 points in 3 of their 5 games and in each of their last 2. It's an offense that's been firing all cylinders, has been since the start of the season. I've Oddsim as a sponsor, but Oddsim and StatHead, but those are like affiliates, so like I only get money when people buy the link for those. I don't have like any like sponsors like otherwise. Handoff here, down to the 34. We'll call it 3rd and 1. Man, that'd be something that the business team had its own football. That would be something business school had its own football team. That would be. I kind of want to see how that would work. They would lose every game. I probably guarantee you that. 3rd and 1. New quarterback in there is Ehlers. Usually they run the T formation with him, and it goes to Smith. This time it's going to Hunter on the T formation. They like calling the T when it's a 1-yard situation, and they get it there down to the 33-yard line. Needed one, got one. Long 5-minute drive here thus far. So Renegades in business. St. Louis coming off a 32-27 win against Michigan last time out. Yeah, a lot of people are business majors. Yes, they are. A lot of them are business majors. Not science, because you usually have to do labs with that, and that can be kind of tough if you are a player with all the other stuff you're doing. Play clock swatting out. Do they get the call off? They do. Play action. Well, now a flag flies. I'm not sure if this play is going to count. Either way, in the flat, no gain on the play. Caught by the tight end, Seth Green. Brought down by Chris Payton-Jones. Flag right on the snap. We didn't know if he got the play off at all, but could be another illegal shift potentially. Offside is the call. Offside is the call, so move it up 5 yards. I also got to say, Jackson, the Marlins, I don't know if you saw the news with the Rangers. The Marlins might have known what they were doing. I don't know. I was stunned when I saw them. Like, wait, really? I was like, but obviously Jake Berger is in AAA now. Jake Berger, he's saying like 050. He got demoted to AAA. The Marlins sold high on him. The Marlins sold high. It actually worked out. 1st and 5. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Yeah, Pop's retired. I'm not surprised with the medical issues. End of an era. Gonna miss him a lot, but it was time. 1st and 5. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing. Loss to 1. Ballage brought down to the 28-yard line. Phil's losing the Bucks. Yes, they are. They're down 2-1 right now. I'm loving it. Merrill Kelly looks good because right now our bullpen is depleted. We used all our A-arms. Our A-pen arms. We don't have Thompson tonight. We don't have Miller because we use some back-to-back games. We don't have Ginkel. We use some back-to-back games. Martinez is on our Puck's on IR, so we need Kelly to go a long way. And right now, he's answering the call. He's only like 60 pitches through 5. He's looking great. What Jaguar player should be demoted to AAA? Gabe Davis. Gabe freaking Davis. 2nd and 6. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Perez. There was some movement before. That's going to come back. That's a false start for sure. That is a false start if I've ever seen one. Ricky Lee, the left tackle, getting called for that one. Back it up 5 yards to the 34-yard line. Have a second penalty of the drive on Arlington. I'm pretty sure I guess if you like what you like Charles Hunt, should the NFL recognize UFLs in minor league? I mean, they sort of do. I mean, there are NFL officials that are working in the UFL, and they sign. There are people they sign players and whatnot from that league, so it's a thing. It's a thing. 2nd 11, 2 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Oh, don't tell me Kelly's cramping up. Just say that. God. Perez slam pass. That ball is caught down to the 27-yard line. They get that yardage back. They're faced with 3rd down, though. Canella has single grab of the drive. Oh, you are kidding me. Literally, as soon as I say Kelly's doing his job, he's going a long way. He's had some cramping issues in the past. He's cramped up. He's coming out. How's it going, Miles? Welcome in the chat. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, we're going to lose this game now. We're going to lose this game. We have no bullpen tonight. Kelly is hurt. He's cramping. Yep. He's had cramping issues in the past. 3rd and 4. Deep shot here. Perez fires. Did the receiver step out of bounds? It's caught for a touchdown by Lawan Winningham. But the official on the far side dropped his hat. Is this going to stand? Will this touchdown stand? It's a heck of a dime to Winningham. But we saw the official on the far side drop his hat. Did Winningham go out of bounds and come back in without establishing himself? Yeah, the official dropped his hat. He might have been pushed down by Peyton Jones. He came in immediately. Peyton Jones is pointing. This could be a penalty. We are not sure yet. We are not sure. As of now, it's touchdown, but he might have stepped out of bounds. Merrill Kelly, D-backs pitcher. Let's double check this again. Again, I saw right away, Winningham was out of bounds, came back in, it was pushed out by Peyton Jones, but you cannot be the first player to touch the ball if you go out of bounds. It's a heck of a dime nonetheless by Perez with a man in his face. Will this count? Will this stand? Will this count? 27-year-old, old enough to be Unksess? No. It's incomplete. Illegal touching is the call. 4th and 5. He was out. They don't start to call. Well, Kelly's going to be fine. He always cramps up. Pavidas retirement? I'm not surprised by it. Memphis making the new head coach their permanent head coach. I'm not sure what other options you have at this point. Why did Schroeder drop all the way 5th round? He bombed the interviews. Like, no one wants that baggage like that. How's it going, Andrew? Welcome to the chat. All right, 44-yard try. Haversick. The kick is good, but it was blown dead beforehand. Yeah, Mike Malone, then 20 minutes later, they give him the full-time gig. They had a plan. There's no way they didn't have a plan. There's no way they didn't have a plan. Is it going to be good? I'm not sure. Wouldn't bank on it, but that's what I've seen so far. I wouldn't bank on it. We're going to see a super challenge here? No, we're just back to 4th down. So a long drive looks like it's only going to result in 3 if Haversick can make this kick. Timbaland shock value felt like it was 7 again. Oh, Timbaland was great back in the day. Oh, man. I think If We Ever Meet Again is one of the most underrated songs of the 2010s. With Katy Perry, that song is so underrated. Best Italian restaurant in New York and Arizona? Grimaldi's. I mean, you can't go wrong with Grimaldi's. I know it's a chain, but Grimaldi's is just incredible. Pino's is also really good if you're looking for Arizona, like a local place. It's funny, a lot of the best Italian places in New York or Arizona are from people that moved out to Arizona from New York. That's not a coincidence. Not a coincidence. Yeah, I thought so too with Mike Malone. I wonder where he's going to go. Will it be Phoenix? I'm not sure. 44-yard try, Haversick. This one's shanked. This one is completely shanked. Closer to the Enterprise Center where the Blues are playing tonight versus the Uprights. Arlington thought they were going to get 7 on that drive. Instead, they walk away with 0. Haversick shanks it. The way Ari give it to me. I would say give it to me. Oh, wait. Ooh, wait. No, wait. The way I are. You remember, say, Coach, I'm not banking on him to be good. It is shanked wide left, and St. Louis will get it back after an 8-minute drive. Arlington comes away with nothing. Yeah, I'm going to say the way... Yeah. I'm going to say the way I are. I mean, they both have great vocals by... But I would go the way I are. Philip Phillips? Oh, man. He had a great run on Idol. He's solid. Philip Phillips is solid. He did the anthem, too, before the Jaguars-Patriots game. The AFC Championship. He's a solid artist. Gone, 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 Raging Fire, and obviously Home. Great, great songs. It was a good time for Idol. Another good day, sir. Oh, of course, Willy Wonka. Of course, you get that one. Probably Pain, Strike 3, Cold Ball 3, and then a Walk. That's something for you. I cannot do the voice. I cannot do the voice on that. Belmont Renegades of National League are on a roll. Ooh, I've not been paying attention to that, but I'll take your word for it. Second over picks from 2013 to 22. Well, Zach Wilson's the best. Okay. How would I rank them? Whew. That's tough. That's tough on that one. All right, let's go in order from bottom. Luke Jokel's the worst. Luke Jokel is the worst. Greg Robinson is second worst. Zach Wilson third worst. Mariota fourth worst. Trubisky fifth worst. Chase Young. Carson Wentz. Aiden Hutchinson. Nick Bosa, Saquon Barkley. I'm okay with that list. I'm okay with that. Luke Jokel Jags. I own his jersey. I'm like one of 5 people that actually own his jersey. So I thought, you know what? First round pick. He's going to be our star tackle for the next decade. It didn't work out that way. Could have taken Lane Johnson. Bucks legacy solely dependent on this game? Yes, I think to some extent. I definitely think to some extent it is. We're down 3-0. It could be worse. You could be the Mets at 21-11. You could be the Mets in panic mode. Could be the Mets. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Max Duggan, the quarterback here for the Battlehawks. Then they lost Manny Wilkins for the season. And Torrey Hall. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Going as a Jaguar. I would laugh so hard. Just going as a Jaguar. All his 0 touchdowns he scored. I think it was like a top 5 season in NFL history for anyone to not score a touchdown. Duggan, first play action. Caught at the 42-yard line by Pearson. Breaks the tackle down to the 45. Called a gain of a limb for Ja'Cory Pearson, the former Sea Dragon. And a first down. Why Wilson over Robinson? Oh. At least Wilson showed flashes at times. Robinson never showed anything. Yeah, I probably left you for Sexton Jokel, yes. Dynasty Shores falling after 2 days. He threw a massive draft after party. Oh, wow. Yeah, you would think he would get the memo, but nope. You would think he would be humbled, maybe not. Sailors gain a 3 on the run up the middle, 2nd and 7. How's it going, Lou? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you tuning in as always. I'm trying to get this video at the same exact time, so give me a second here. I'm going to try to get to everything I can. 2nd and 7. We're basically doing like 10,000 things at once this stream, but it's going to work out. ML Team should be able to go into Canada as X-Team player. I don't know how it would work because the bust, you're not wearing a hat. Your bust is, it's all of the face. Duggan, scrambling out, fires on the run across his body, and that is incomplete. Almost intercepted on the play. Good tight coverage there. Miles Dorn almost made the pick. Thrown across his body. 3rd down. I mean, for baseball, they wear their hat. For football, you're not wearing a helmet. The bust that you get is just your face. So it doesn't really make sense to go with a certain team. That makes sense. Next, second on the rise back to the NFL. I don't know about that. I don't know if I go that far. Team logo the base of the bust. Could do that. Could do that. 3rd and 6. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. They just skid off. They send 4. Duggan looks. Fires off his back foot. It's batted down. Incomplete. Horrible footwork there. Felt the pressure and threw off his back foot. Jamar Summers on the coverage, and St. Louis will be forced to punt. Reservists have the NFL Developmental League. There's no reservoir. It's called college football. They basically get a free minor league all themselves. Abdul Cardenas gets our number. I'm with you there. I'm never crazy about players asking for the number of a retired player unless... For rookies, I'm never crazy about it. Now, when it comes to... Like, if you're a player like J.J. Watt and you go to the Cardinals, and you're going to be in the Hall of Fame, that's a little bit different. We're Peyton Manning, but... For rookies, I'm never crazy about. Punt here. Can it avoid going on? The answer, it cannot. Gunners cannot get down there fast enough. Not a great punt by Hofrichter. It is just 27 yards of net. Arlington takes over the 25 when we get back. I saw that about Sanders with the playbook situation. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. AF1 facing scrutiny because Corpus Christi Trojans didn't play their players for 3 weeks. Why does it not shock me with the AF1? Why does that not shock me? Why does that not shock me? Knowing their financial struggles, that does not shock me. All right, second overall picks. Yeah, Fred's Red's not here yet, but usually they're on stream. Second overall picks from 2003 to 2012. All right, well, I'm gonna give Calvin the first spot, Von Miller the second spot. I think we can all agree on that. We can all agree on that. After that, Sue at 3. Chris Long 4. Ronnie Brown 5. Reggie Bush 6. Robert Gallery 7. RG3 8. Jason Smith 9. Charles Rogers 10. Yeah, that's really bad on Hellebuck's part. Well, you need a good netminder. Playoffs are won and lost with good netminders. Yeah, it could have been the Giants. It would not shock me if it was the Giants. Look, top 17. Every Jags first pick for just. All right. Oh man, I got to think about this one. Probably could. I probably could. All right, let me go backwards on this one. Go backwards. Travis Hunter. We're gonna go in order backwards. Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas. 23 was Anton Harrison. 22, you got Lloyd and Trayvon Walker. Brown, I'm just thinking Wildcat in that one. I think he was better to speak than Bush was out to speak. 21 gave us ETN and Trevor Lawrence. 2020 was Chason and best first pick ever, probably Peyton Manning. Chason and CJ Henderson. God help us there. 2019 was Josh Allen. 2018, Taven Bryan. Whew, what a good pick that was. 2017, Leonard Fournette. Then Jalen Ramsey, 16. 15 was Fowler. 14 was Bortles. 13 was Jokel. 12 was Blackman. 11 was Gabbert. 10 was Alualu. 09 was Eugene Monroe. 08 was Derek Harvey. Traded up for him. 07 Reggie Nelson. 06 Mercedes Lewis. 05 Matt Jones. 04 Reggie Williams. 03 Byron Leftwich. 01, 02 the Twin Towers of Marcus Stroud, John Henderson. 2000 RJ Soward, who was terrible. Okay. And going to the 90s. Okay, gotta think about this one now. Now, Butch was great in the NFL, just not the same way he was in college. Gotta think about this one. At this point. Okay, once we get to the 90s, because we didn't have, like, top draft picks back then. We actually were pretty good. Okay, well, 95, yeah, James Stewart and Tony Baselli, obviously. 96, he had Hardy. Handoff here. This one going to Hunter. He'll get down to the 27. Right, 98's Fred Taylor. So I'm missing 97 and 99. Okay, let me think about this one. I'm missing 97 and 99. I think... I want to say Beasley. I'm going to go... Well, 98... I think Darius, who also got 98. So Darius was the first round pick. I think we got Beasley in the Flat That Balls Cup, and no gain. Brady Bruce Smith, Aikman Elway. I give you that. Man. Oh God, I'm blanking. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad to blank on this. This is really bad. Man. Travis Hunter rookie stats. I think 1,000 yards receiving and 3 picks. Best Jags late round pickup. Late round. Telvin Smith in the 5th round was a really good move. Telvin Smith 5th round was a really good move. Back in 2014. 3rd and 10. Play clock winding out. So Arlington gonna have to call timeout. All right. I think Aaron Beasley. Yeah. I think Beasley was a pick. Oh, and I am blanking. It wasn't Big Leon, right? No, Big Leon went. No, I didn't draft Big Leon for. Oh man. LeBron sprays MCL. Yep, I saw that. Don't know how to draft if you don't have a draft pick. Look, I'm used to picking top 5. I'm not used to picking the 20s. All right, I'm going to look it up. Hang on. Okay. I did pretty well. 97 was Win. Okay, I had the wrong DB. 99 was Fernando Bryant. Not Beasley, it was Bryant. I knew it was a DB that started with a B. It's Fernando Bryant. 97 Win. They're not cleaning house. Now, why would you clean house? You got Luka. You don't need to clean house. Yeah, but I got every other pick. There have been how many first round picks that we've made? We made what? 2, 4. We made about 35 first round picks. Oh, 36 first round picks. I got 34. I'll take that. Okay, let's see. Peppers, Davis, Arlington, McNabb. Okay, well, Leaf's dead last. I think that's easy. Leaf is dead last. Myra was second to last. Man, after that, oh, okay. I'm going to say Marshall Faulk, just in terms of what they did on the field. Marshall Faulk is 1. Julius Peppers is 2. Tony Baselli's 3. McNabb is 4. Arrington's 5. Hardy 6. Davis 7. Russell 8. Myra 9. Leaf 11. Paper Bag is 10. J.D. Redick was responsible for bringing LeBron Luka into the ground. He is not responsible. I will give you that. You would think for a guy with media training, he did not handle anything well during the playoffs. I will give you that. I will 100% give you that one. And 3rd and 8. Luka never wins a title and Nico turns up a genius. My God. Well, it's funny. The Wayne Gretzky trade everyone said was horrible for the Oilers. They won more titles after than the Kings won Gretzky. They knew what they were doing. Oh, man. Feeble, unresilient Mets are losing. How early on in the game are we? It's the first inning! It's literally the first... They're down 1-0 after 1! That's like if you allowed opening drive field goal 5 minutes into the game. It's 1-0 after 1! Oh, the Phils just tied it. Oh, man, yeah, our bullpen's going to suck today. Schwarber. Oh, my God, our bullpen is going to suck today. We don't have any of our top arms. Oh, why did Kelly have to cramp again? Oh, God. 3rd and 9. Perez looking, fires back, shoulder, caught at the 39-yard line. Great grab there. Nice adjustment by Isaiah Winstead. That's a first down. The Mets are literally down 1-0 after 1 inning. LeBron plays final game? No chance. No chance on that. I would be stunned if that was the case. He always stays healthy and Manos have it. Ooh. Got 2 deep fly balls in the first 2 pitches. This Mets have the Marlins down 6-0. Yeah, that's not good. Head up the middle, down to the 45. And bowls his way ahead to the 47. Gain of 6 for Ballage, former ASU running back. 2nd and 4. I'm going to try to get this video out during the game. Try my absolute best. It will come out tonight. I guarantee you that. The video is coming out tonight unless we hit a copyright snag. But it is coming out tonight. LeBron's like 40 and just sprains MCL. It's not unrealistic. Oh, it's not, but I think he wants to play with the sun. Keep playing with the sun. 2nd and 4. Handoff here. That's going to be a gain of 3. Ballage down to midfield. 3rd and 1. You figure put in Ehlers for the T formation here? Potentially? 3rd and 1. They've done it before. They're going to leave Perez out there, though. I'm pretty good on 3rd down so far today. I can see him looking to play elsewhere at the very end of his career, but not now. Oh, my God. Fills up 3-2. Handoff. First down. My God. He's allowed 2 home runs on the first 5 pitches. Oh, my God. Ronnie, 40 minutes tonight? Yeah. Hooey. Hooey. Gain of 4, first down at the 46-yard line. And the D-backs, like, this is not like a Torrey Lavelle situation. They have nobody tonight. Everyone is either hurt or they were used the last 2 days. Like, both of the last 2 days. You got no options tonight. Flag on the play with Simone beforehand. So this is... I said it was going to be an interesting day today. I did call how this game was going to go. And it has definitely been that way so far. We got to get Jay Jamison back up there. Jamison can eat some innings at least. Alright, we're going all the way back. Okay, let me think about this one. Alright, let me just make sure I have this game in. 1st and 15, 1 minute to go in the first. Okay. Well, Dickerson's number 1. I think that's pretty obvious. 1st and 15. Play action, Perez fires. Wobbly throw down the sideline, incomplete. Receiver is out of bounds anyway. Javante Payne, the intended target. Looking for his first catch of the day, but there is a flag on the play. Ronnie's a dumb name. We're going to run score. I would say 2. I go 1.5. I don't expect a Noble Tiger or anything like that. Teamed up in Dallas with AD and Kyrie. That would be so bizarre. All right, let's see. So we're going to have... Obviously, Eric Dickerson's 1. Blair Thomas is 9. Mandridge is 10. Steinkooler is 8. What's the flag here? Pass interference on the defense. That'll be declined because there's also a personal foul roughing the passer on the defense. So move it up for an automatic first down at the 34-yard line. I'm not sure 4 and 2 is going for 4 and 2 is a collapse. I mean, that's 6 games in. And yeah, that is definitely roughing the passer. Got the helmet. Hit the helmet. 4 and 2 is not a collapse. All right, so let's see. How'd I rank them? From bottom to top. Mandridge, Thomas, Steinkooler. Dickerson's 1. Frelick's 2. Play action here. Perez escapes 1 sack. Can't escape the second. Ball's out at the 44-yard line. The ball is out. Who's got it? St. Louis indicating it's theirs. Mike Rose seems to think the Battlehawks have it. Who's got it here? St. Louis celebrating because they got the ball. Willie Harvey celebrates as I think Pina came up with the football. A turnover there in plus territory. Still no score. Arlington has gone to the St. Louis territory twice today. No points to show for it. They force the turnover again at the 44-yard line. I would say Frelick 2, Casillas 3, Neil Smith 4, Turner 5, Corriat 6. Oh, wait, no. Wait, Cornelius. Hang on. Time out. Cornelius Bennett. I forgot him. Hang on. Bennett 3, Casillas 4, Smith 5, Turner 6, Corriat 7, Steinkooler 8, Thomas 9, Mandridge 10. This is definitely a fumble and St. Louis ball. Low scoring affair so far. These teams met a few weeks ago. I was given that Wilkins got out for the season. Arlington won that one 30-15. But there is a super challenge here. Potentially challenging for a flag. Arlington, obviously you get the first, you get a second. If you don't get the first, you lose a timeout, and don't even any of the rest of the game. Challenging for a potential penalty here. Which I'm assuming would be helmet to helmet on PETA. I'm assuming that's what they're looking at. Do they miss a helmet to helmet? Oh, I can see it. Oh, did I do that? I meant to swap. Neil Smith over Tony Casillas. I meant to swap that. Yeah, Neil Smith. Yeah. Neil Smith over Casillas. Yeah, I would put Smith probably at 4. Yeah, Smith at 4. Call stands. No roughing. Timeout called by Arlington as a result. And you really can't go wrong with the top 4. Top 5. Let's see what another 4's out. I told you they were going to get 2. I did not see the Casas injury. I did not see that. So the Mets, after they've somehow erased clearly a 1-0 deficit in the first inning. I don't know how they did that. Greatest comeback in baseball history. Down 1-0 after 1. They've come all the way back to take a 2-1 lead with 8 innings to go. All right, so first down for St. Louis should be the final play of the quarter. Duggan did not look good on that first drive. Arlington's been getting pressure on him. Going to hand it off up the middle. Gain of 1 to the 45, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter here at the Dome. No score in the biggest game of the season. Fell at first for his card off. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Hate to see that. I did not see it. How's it going, Michael? Grubhub is always frankly with you as well, man. Appreciate you. I'm not sure if we're doing OT tonight. Just keep that in mind. NBA coaches. Jackson, Popovich, Riley, Auerbach. I would probably give you that. Can't really complain about that. Can't really complain about that list. Yeah, this is gonna be his final year anyways because of the health issues. Cartier, now I like the list I got right now. I don't really need Cartier. You know what, the plate? Okay, we'll see how that goes. Oh, should sign Frank? Yes. I think any team should sign Frank. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with him. The only one I share birthday with. I don't really share it with anyone notable. Yeah, Sloan was great, but I can't put him on Mount Rushmore. You have to win at least one title to be on Mount Rushmore. For coaches. Gotta win the big one. Is there a worst month to be born in? Not a fun one. Not a fun month. So go back to school, like the dread of that. Summer months are always good. Summer months are fun. I don't think anyone can leave Auerbach off the list. I don't think anyone can. It'd be insane to leave Auerbach off the list. I don't know how you do for everything he did. And he helped build a dynasty. Like the greatest dynasty in basketball history. Yeah, I missed Brady by 1 day. Yep. All right, now we're going all the way back. Okay, Lawrence Taylor is clearly number 1. Taylor is clearly number 1 on that list. Jonathan Jones sucked. He's probably dead last. Jones is dead last. Randy White's 2. Okay, let me think. Taylor, White, Dorsett. Burt Jones is 4. Art Still is 5. Actually, no. Flip Still and Jones. Flip them. Bell 6. Cook 7. Matthews 8. Niehaus 9. Johnny Land Jones 10. Spring's supposed to finally over. Thank God for that. I love it, like, school ends for college in, like, April. It's, like, such a good feeling. It's like, oh, like, I can just watch the draft and I don't even have to worry about anything. It's incredible. WWE laid off a dozen wrestlers? Jeez, I did not know that. Basically, 2 and they have Soto. You know, Soto had 2 home runs yesterday. Like, Soto's starting to find a rhythm. All right, 2nd and 9, ball at the 46-yard line. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this stream. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. They give to the side. This one goes to the 50. Sailors. Yeah, Pat Riley's on Mount Rushmore. We don't like South the era basketball that he coached him, but yeah, by that logic, then John Wooden should be on there for college. But you never in a million years not have John Wooden on there, so. So the tournament was an incredibly low leverage. It was a 2-run game both times. I'm not sure that's low leverage. Third and fourth, 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom, empty backfield. Duggan takes a snap. They send 4. He's got time, going to fire to the side. That ball's caught on the out route, out of bounds to the 41-yard line. It's Blake Jackson. Gain of 9 and a first down. Try and take advantage of the turnover on the sack by Pita on Perez. Ooh. Someone a lot of great options. I think Archie Manning is one. Then the rest are pretty even with each other. Where the team's more dominant. Yes, absolutely. Arizona Summer Heat, you stay inside a lot of the time. It's really not too bad compared to like Florida Heat. Really, it's not too bad. But you just stay inside. First down play action. Duggan looks, fires down the field. Jump ball. Akeem Butler cannot make the grab. Butler is back. Again, he was nursing a hammy injury for a good chunk of the season. He's back here today. They did not have him last time. The best receiver in the league last season. Try to win that jump ball there, working one-on-one with Jaden Price. Came down with it, but out of bounds. Kamawatu Soto strikes out looking, one surprise. Whew. All right, you called it there. I called the 2 runs, though. Archie been better than... Ooh. I put George at second. I put Archie first. I put Archie first for that one. I'll get you on the O's game. Appreciate you, man. 2nd and 10. Duggan stepping up. Has to avoid the sack. Cannot. Takes a shot to the back after a loss of 7. It is Amani Bledsoe. Making the play. Brings up 3rd and 17. Defenses have come to play in this one. For 2nd place in the UFL or the XFL conference as things stand. Feels like a must-win game for both these teams. How's it going, Jacob? Welcome to the chat. New video should be dropping a little bit. The clips are in. I just have to edit this bad boy. All right, NFL did exist, exactly. 3rd and 16. Sacked again. Back-to-back sacks by the Renegades, and it's Willie Taylor. Becht is furious, and you have to wonder if he's thinking about making a quarterback change. The pocket presence has not been there today for Duggan whatsoever. He's made some throws off his back foot. He's taken some sacks, and now they are going further back. Punting it from the 45-yard line. Favorite Popovich moment. Ooh, favorite Pop moment. The Hack-a-Shack was so funny. The Hack-a-Shack on 5 seconds in was probably my favorite. Stallions play later this week. I think it's tomorrow. Brian Leaf's worst 2nd pick ever. Lawrence Taylor best? Yes, I would say that. Popovich retired. Popovich retired due to health issues. Punt field at the 12-yard line and down to the 14. Just a 2-yard return on the play. By Price. And Arlington take it over inside their own 20 when we get back. Blues lead 1-0. Oh, boy. Some dealer on Twitch tried to catfish a young lady. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully he got called out for it. Hopefully he got called out for it. How old was Pop? Oh, he was up there in age. And he missed a lot this season with health issues, too. He's 76. Like, we all knew he was going to be gone after this season because he had a bunch of health issues. So, not surprised. Oh, crap. Report him? That's awesome. Thank God he reported him. Before he could do any more harm to anyone else. Yeah, Pop's one of the greatest coaches of all time. I'm going to miss him. The game's going to miss him. The game was better off because Pop was in it. Time for a new era of Spurs basketball. Feels very weird. Vic and Smith should be next to each other when we rank for several picks. I think Vic was overrated with Atlanta. I think Vic was very overrated with Atlanta. Longest tenured active coach. Yeah, that's true. Yep. 20 years, or about 20 years. Crazy to think about. Oh, yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel. No, ain't slick. No, the allergy season here is really bad. I promise you. I don't make it that slick. This is... Yeah, 17 seasons. Yep. It's almost very... Yeah. He became a coach at, what, 37? Like, he was young when he became... I think he was, like, one of the youngest head coaches of all time when he became a coach. Yeah, Birmingham plays at 4 o'clock on Sunday. The NBAHL, the commercial break difference... Oh, it's crazy. NHL is way more watchable for that reason. All right, still no score in this one. Arlington, 2 drives. Both times gone to plus territory. But I'm unable to do anything with it. Streaming tomorrow, UFL game at 12 o'clock, and then Phillies D-backs game at, what, 7 o'clock? So those are the 2 games we got. You both play best football with other teams. I'm with you there. Another under 30 head coach? It's possible. It's possible. So, right now, the OC of the Jaguars is 28 years old. Grant Udinsky is 28. Hand off here to the 15. If the Jaguars have the #1 offense in football this year, I'm not saying they're going to. It'd be crazy to think that. How not the Stallions? There's 2 UFL games on Sunday. It's 1 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. So Stallions play Sunday. So that's why. But if the Jags have the #1 offense in football, Udinsky he could get some offers at 29. So it could be possible. It could be very possible. 2nd and 9. Ballage motions over to empty backfield. Perez, they send 4. Stepping up. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Lucky that wasn't picked off. There was no one over the middle of the field. Yeah, literally coaches who are my age. Literally, the Jaguars OC, I'm like 6 months younger than him. I feel like it's insane. The Seahawks, their rookie roster... Like the guys in camp and whatnot, no one was born in the 90s. Everyone was born 2000 or later. It's like, oh God, I'm getting old. The Bears are seeing under 32. Yes. 3rd and 9. Can the St. Louis defense hold them here? Pin them inside their own 20. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez takes a snap. They send 4. Clean pocket, dumps it down. One-handed grab by Ballage, but he'll only get 4. Thrown down on the play by Chris Payton Jones, and I'll have to punt this ball away. A good stand by the Battlehawks defense. Battlehawks defense has really struggled as of late. They're allowing over 27 points per game over their last 3. Couldn't tell based on the way they're playing today. Yeah, Shuck is the last Sally's ever driven born in the 90s. Yep. Flag on this punt return. It is fielded at the 25-yard line by Pearson nonetheless to the 30-35 and down to 39, brought down on the play by Charlie Thomas. A teenager OC soon. I mean, we have a teenager running the Jets. Their roster management. Irving Fryer, Keyshawn Johnson, who's better for several pick. Oh, by far, Irving Fryer. By far. Irving has a case for the Hall of Fame. It's not a good case, but a case. Keyshawn is no case. And Keyshawn was also a head case. So was Irving to some extent, but Irving Fryer is a borderline Hall of Fame receiver. Keyshawn Johnson, not even close. Illegal motion on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty added to the end, so St. Louis have a good field position around the 44-yard line. With 9:42 to go in the first half of this one. Yeah, just for Keyshawn's book. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. Draft picks, which will be Jet Alpha people getting traded. Yes. Keyshawn third place above Fryer. Yeah, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. Based on what they did with the team that drafted them, based on their entire careers, I can't do that. Brewers even more than Marlins? Wow. All right, also, this next video that's going to drop in like an hour, I promise you it's football related, but it's going to make your head roll at first. It's like, this is one of those just got to trust me on it. Just like, it is entirely about football, but oh man, the title and the thumbnail are not going to be. It's pure bait. Oh, come on, Lourdes. Come on, Lourdes. Come on! Oh, what a catch and center. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Rojas? No, it's not another swim thumbnail. Oh, my God. I hope he's okay. That was an insane catch. Oh, my... How did he get that ball? How the heck did Rojas get that ball? How? Wow. That's going to be on Web Gems. That's going to be a top play. I don't know how Rojas got to that ball. That was for sure a double. That was going to be a leadoff double. Literally crashed into the wall to get it. Dan Wilkinson or Jeff George, who was better among first overall picks? In terms of their entire career, Jeff George. But in terms of what they do with the team, Dan Wilkinson. Especially seeing what the Colts gave up to get George was not good. Got rid of Andre Rison to do it. If you're watching the Phillies game, Rojas just made an insane catch. Looks to be okay, which is good. I can't believe he made that grab. He covered so much ground. There are not too many center fielders that could get that ball. All right, ball at the 45-yard line. How come first overall picks are never extremely elite? I don't know if that's fair. I think so, but I think there's two potential reasons that you could be thinking of with that. Number one, a lot of time the first overall pick is going to the worst team. This could be a double pass potentially. Jackson on the catch. He's going to look to take off and run, and he will get some yards out of bounds to the 48. Arlington read it well. Thrown out of bounds on the play by Chris Odom. Remember, you throw it backwards in this league. It's behind the line of scrimmage. You can throw it again. We'll get 3. Yeah, my game's starting 20 minutes late. Yep. So I think there's 2 reasons for that. Number one, a lot of the first overall picks for the NFL are quarterbacks. And a lot of time, the best player is not quarterback. They're the most important, but they're not that. The other thing with that is the second and 7. Duggan keeps himself on the read option to the 50 and dives ahead to the 45. That will be enough for a first down in plus territory. Yeah, 20-year-olds have been drafted. Yep, they have been drafted. But the other thing, too, with that is that usually the first overall pick, they go to a really bad team. They go to a really bad team. They go to the worst team in football, so there's not a lot of talent around them. I don't know, it's not even like the Minecraft Viva La Vida parody. It's not that. It's that, oh, come on, Tawa. Come on. Oh, we got under it. Oh, that's right at the track. Oh, man. Right at the track. We're not going to win this game. It's that the Minecraft thing, it's a weird thing to do with karaoke. The initial rule at 3rd and 1, and I don't know why, he was never close to short of the sticks, but they do change the call. It will be a first down for St. Louis. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to get this video out as best I can. Everything is in for this. I just have to sync up the audio and everything, so should be okay soon. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Still no score, but St. Louis driving. Duggan keep himself on the read option. Gets by Odom to the 40 and out of bounds to the 38-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 4. We are live for all the games. Houston, Memphis tomorrow at 12. We're live for both UFL games on Sunday. A busy weekend of streaming as it always is on this channel. 2nd and 5. I'll D-backs down to their last strike. 2nd and 5. Play action. Duggan. Clean pocket. All day to throw. Nothing there. Going to reset his feet. Going to look to take off and run. To the 30. 25, 20. He's got space. Max Duggan to the 10. Duggan to the 5. And down to the 2. Taken down by the legs of the 2. It's a gain of 36 yards. Max Duggan had all day to throw and still had all day to run after finding no one open. It's a gain of 36 for the former TCU quarterback. And the Battlehawks in a goal-to-go situation as the Phillies beat the D-backs. Not surprised. I was not expecting anything today with the bullpen situation the way it was. I think it's still going on, yes. I think it is. Nothing doing there. 2nd and goal. Touchdown saving tackle on that last one by number 46, Miles Dorn. Just clipping the knee at the very end. Second and goal. 6.5 to go. They're not going to get the snap off. There's 2 on the play clock. They're not going to get this off. Timeout, St. Louis. Still have 2 left. Working on this vid. It should be out in the next 45 minutes. A really late Friday night release. Which I'm excited about this one. And we'll have a new video out tomorrow as well. Just keep that in mind. We're going to have a lot of content coming out for you lately. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. If you do like betting, go to oddsstream.com. Use my code JG9, get 25% for the first month. Never lose another betting on the arbitrage betting calculator. Bet both sides, always come out on top. We're at a TV timeout right now. And for St. Louis called timeout with the play clock winding down at the 2-yard line. Again, winner of this game, 2nd place. Max Ferrito, yeah. Mac Jones in the UFL. He would be the best quarterback by a mile. But yeah. As long as you get a backup job in the NFL, like, you're okay. Problem is that UFL quarterbacks don't make it. Usually it's special teams players that make the transition. Because no one, here's the thing, no one right now is looking at the UFL for receivers or running backs or whatnot. There's no scout that's looking for UFL for those players. They're looking for special teams players. It was almost like in the G League. Like, people in the G League, they score like 20, 25 points a game, but they don't make it. And the reason why is because NBA teams are looking for that. They already got those guys to get 20, 25 points per game. They're looking for good defensive players, good 3-and-D players. They're looking for other things. If that makes sense. All right, 2nd and goal after the timeout. And nothing on the handoff. Loss of 1. We got a goal line stand here. 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Sailors gets nothing. Brought down on the play. Dorn on the coverage. Dorian Thomas-Robinson. Yeah, he's a guy that I don't think he's going to get any opportunities in the NFL going forward. So he's a guy that probably needs to go to the UFL. Yeah, I'm not surprised by today's game. I'm not surprised. Again, the D-backs had none of their arms in the pen. Puck is hurt. Martinez is hurt. Miller went back-to-back days. Ginkel back-to-back days. Thompson back-to-back days. All are A guys who were not playing. 3rd and goal. Back shoulder. Butler incomplete. That play worked so well last year, but can't work there. Butler looking for his first catch of the game. Stephen Jones on the coverage and decision time here. Yeah, compared to the hype, yes. Absolutely on that one. It's a crazy game. I can't believe Rojas made that grab. I'm angry Rojas made that grab in center. Like, how did he cover that grab? That should have been a leadoff double for Lourdes. That should have been a leadoff double for Lourdes. Fourth and goal. They're only have to go for it. They had first and goal at the 2. It's a lot of posts. Fourth and goal at the 2. They are no closer than when they started this. After the Duggan run of 36 yards. Fourth and goal. Duggan gonna throw. They send 4. Fire. Slam pass. Low throw. Incomplete. Broken up on the play by Jaden Price. And the Battlehawks, despite getting down to the 2, come back empty-handed. Or come away with it empty-handed. Yeah, I don't know how hell into the ball. Running into the wall. Like, fair play. Fair play on that one. Good game. We're calling tomorrow's game. Incomplete pass broken up by Price. They decide not to kick the field goal. Butler can't go down to make that grab. His rough season continues compared to expectations from last year. Renegades get it pinned inside their own 5 when we get back. Still no score in this one. If you like what we see, folks, like and subscribe. Help set it on the channel. Doing all the UFL games this week. We have a video coming out in the next hour. We're going to try our absolute best to get this out as quickly as possible. That shouldn't be an issue. Warriors send the Rockets home tonight? I think so. I think so. But I do love that, and it's so stupid how they do it in the NBA like this. I do love that if Warriors-Rockets, if that game, the Rockets win and it goes 7, we're going to have Game 7 take place on Sunday after Game 1 of the Pacers series. So we're going to be starting the second round without knowing the entirety of the first round. Yeah, there's something on the Game 7 in hockey. I would love that. Yeah, very awkward on that one. NBA should be best of 5 first round. It used to be that way. It used to be that way. Rancho did it last year. Yeah, it's always weird when that happens. It should never be that way. Like, the entire round should be done before we start the next round. $5:13 to go in the first half. Still no score. You know, it's still nothing. Both teams have their chances. That's the crazy part. It's not like it's been a punt fest. Both teams are driving. But they target Akeem Butler back-to-back plays. Doesn't work either time. Money and should have no games to start Tuesday. I'm with you there. I agree with you there. After that crazy series in 0-2. I'm glad it's 7, if only for Knicks Pistons. I'm glad we got Knicks Pistons that series. I could see that go another 8 games. Like, that was an insane series. I'm bummed I signed off 10 minutes before that game ended, because I would have stayed on for that. If I knew the ending was going to be like that, I would have stayed on. First down the 2-yard line. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Yeah, punt fest. Yeah, that's just a sloppy fest. Right there. Handoff down to the 5. Get some breathing room. Gain of 3. Ballage. Was that even a punt fest, or was that just Todd and Woodley turning the ball over every single drive? Dolphins cheated in that game. Dolphins cheated beforehand. You'll never convince me otherwise. The Dolphins did not cheat with the tarp. You'll never convince me. Their Jets fans are still angry about that over 40 years later. I don't blame them. I've not seen Sinners, but I heard it's the best movie of the year. My friend who is a big movie buff, he said it's the best movie of the year, and there's a shot in that movie, like a one-shot thing that's just incredible. Handoff, nothing doing, blown up at the line by PETA. Having a solid day so far. 3rd and 7. Off-season weekly life coming out. So I have someone coming tomorrow to hang some stuff. So it's going... I haven't decided yet if I want to do it during a D-backs home stretch or during a road stretch. Haven't decided yet. I have not decided how do I want to do it when they're on the road or at home. But I need everything in the apartment to be hung up. Everything to be hung up. Because I do want to show that off. They just get the snap off. I think there was a false start beforehand, and there was a late hit. Ooh, did he hear the whistle? Perez took a shot to the back by Travis Feeney. I don't think he heard the whistle. Yeah, that notes range changed the note. Yeah, that was an odd one. That's the forgotten AFC Championship in the Bills run. False start, back it up. Why didn't you do the first week of life on the week the Jaguars played? It's actually a good question. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. I'm actually not sure why I didn't do that. I might do that next time. I did not go to Quick Trip or Culver's. I did not. I did not do that. Third and 10. Perez in his own end zone fires. There was no one there. This could be a safety. It's a forward pass. That's not the issue. But there was no one there. I think this could be a safety. We might be doing the safety dance, folks. We might be doing the safety dance. They're going to talk this over. It's clearly incomplete, but there was no one in the area. That did not reach the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say that as a clean pass. PETA playing lights out. Gets the hit, but no safety. Non-intentional grounding. An interesting call. I had GarageBand lined up. I had GarageBand lined up for a safety dance. Are they going to review this? This could easily be a safety. Safety should be 4. I'm with you there. Safeties are rarer than field goals. I think safety should be 4. And if they were making the game today, they'd be worth 4. The punt here. They're not challenging it. Fielded by Pearson at the 40-35 and cuts to the 32-yard line. So just 30 yards of net on that one. St. Louis, great field position here with 3:08 to go in the first half. I had GarageBand all lined up and ready to go for the safety dance. But we are not doing that. I'm a bit surprised by that call. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. That's good, Jacob. The football mind sees safety signal. The average mind sees prayer emojis. We are not the same. To the top of the screen, Duggan, only 2 for 7 today. He's struggling. Trying to get any rhythm. He struggled the last time against the Renegades. Handoff here to Sailors. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second. Gets down to the 31-yard line. Making the 30 before he's brought down by Donald Payne. Same people to a field goal. I could see that. I could see that. But it also eliminates the intentional safety. How's it going, Kelly? Welcome to the chat. Steph graduated yesterday. John Zeus to the Rockies. Let's go. Let's go. Average person to hit a 3-pointer NBA game or catch a fly ball in center field in a Major League Baseball game. I would say 3-pointer NBA game. I would say 3-pointer. Fly ball, you gotta track it, which is tough. Oh, but it was tipped. That explains that then. Yeah, if it's tipped, obviously it's no grounding. 3-pointer NBA game. People can hit threes. People can hit threes, and they might leave you open. 2nd and 6. Play action. Duggan. Send 5. Fires comeback route incomplete to Butler. 2 for 8. Brief the Mets leaf was 3-game lose. Was it the 3rd inning? PWHL expense south? Not yet. Not yet. I think I got to go to Detroit, Chicago first before going south. Third and 6. We will go to the 2-minute warning. Regular clock rules apply. Yeah, I'm lying after the D-backs game today. Oh, why did Kelly have to cramp? We would have won that game if Kelly didn't cramp up like he always does. I love Kelly, but he's got some hydration cramp issue that happened in the Cubs game. There's something going on with Kelly. Like, he's not hurt, but after 5 innings, you know he's going to cramp up at some point. All right, let me try and get this in as best I can. Yeah, I got like 5 minutes left of audio. I need to do that. Yeah, he needs something. Here happened to Jamie German in 1998. Yeah, that was an interesting video I saw the other day on German. I didn't know that. Whoever had that probably has like 100 million subscribers or something. Probably a super cool guy. Yeah, that YouTube channel is good. Whoever made that video, you should probably go subscribe to him. If you like what you folks, hit that like button. We have a new video dropping in, I would say, the next 45 minutes. Josh Allen flip-flops? Ooh. Hey, I promise you this video is going to be a football video. It is not going to look like it from the thumbnail and the title. But I promise you. With a 2-minute warning right now. Still no score in this one, but St. Louis, good field position. Not that helped last time. They're at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. They couldn't get any yards. What do you feel like tonight? Feeling good. If you're thinking food-wise, I'm never going to say no to Friday night pizza. Jim Critter was lied to. I've never come across that video. I've not come across that video. All right, 2-minute warning. We got 3rd down. What kind of pizza? What kind of pizza do I get? Ooh, I just go plain. I just go plain cheese. I'm pretty basic. I'm pretty basic when it comes to that. 3rd and 6, Duggan fires down the sideline. Butler, that is a touchdown. Flag on the play, flew right at the snap. But Akeem Butler, we're waiting for him to get going. We're waiting for that connection. Is this going to count? Arlington had a touchdown taken off the board earlier today. Will St. Louis have a touchdown taken off? Duggan seems to think this is going to count. It is. It's offside. It is offside. The Butler does it. Finally. Akeem Butler, welcome back. Oh, no, I did not get pizza myself. The Butler does it. That time works on Price and makes the grab from 30 yards out. Just the 3rd completion by Duggan today, but it's a big one. The overs usually win for the UFL. The last few weeks they've won. Like this way you can't really do that. I fear they're going to go for 2 here from the 5, and they will. First touchdown of the game. First points coming 28 minutes in. Duggan looking the flat, not there. Ball is tipped at the line to the 2nd read, incomplete. Miles Dorn on the breakup, 6-0 the score. You see, I like all games for years, yeah. It's 6-0. Akeem Butler missed a good chunk of the season with a hamstring injury. He gets his first catch of the game, and it's a big one. Butler, how about him? 3 catches this season, 3 touchdowns. His funny. Even with the hammy injury, even missing a good chunk of the season, he's the league leader in receiving touchdowns. 3 catches this year, 3 touchdowns. Call him Mike Vrabel. How many times do you see that? 1:54 to go. Remember that Arlington got the ball to start. Arlington got the ball to start this game. Kickoff, bounced at the goal line. It was into the end for a touchback. How's it going, Joe? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. I bet on the UFL. Well, the UFL is actually pretty easy to bet on at the start. Like, if you know what you're doing, because the line doesn't really adjust for it. Like, the sports books, like, for the big leagues, like NFL, MLB, like, they know, like, a lot of people watch, and, like, they have all the information. But for smaller leagues, if you know what you're doing, then you can actually take them to the cleaners. I made some money on the UFL in the past. Like, there was one week, if you put all favorites and all unders, you bet $100 on it, you got $5K. Which I didn't do, but I wish I did. First down. Delayed handoff here. Doesn't work. Thrown for a loss of 5. That's going to get this crowd fired up. Travis Feeney destroying Hunter in the backfield. Throw him down like a ragdoll. 2nd and 15. If I had a nickel for every time I spill fluorescent on my hand, I have 2 nickels. Older, in my opinion, 77 Vikings or 97 Niners? I would say 77 Vikings. Because that truly was everyone on their last legs. 97 Niners, they guys that still had time. Hard hit there at the 37. 3rd and 8. We'll see if St. Louis calls a timeout here. Try and get the ball back if they get a stop. I do not do rates for UFL. They're not calling timeout. They are not calling timeout here. If I'm Arlington, I'm letting this clock run. I'm letting it run all the way down. I'm not going quick until I get a first down. But they are going to take it with 9 instead of 2. I don't know why. Because Perez is going to get sacked at the 30. Interesting clock management there by Arlington. And now St. Louis calls timeout. And St. Louis will have a chance to get the ball back and a chance to double dip. It was 9-0 Cubs in that already? Wow. What a height after the first inning. St. Louis going to get it back. The defense is on fire today. Making the sack in the backfield. It is Isaiah Mack, the return of the Mack. And 4th and 16. King on to punt. And a chance here for St. Louis to triple dip potentially. You know what I'm saying? I hit it back in the past. Haven't done a bit. But I gotta get JJ back. I've been running. It's gonna be more consistent. I put too much pressure on myself to do it. Break down the King's sauce. Oh. The punt here by King. Pearson back there, fielding up the 16-yard line. He's got room to the 25 upfield to the 30, and dives ahead to the 33. 17-yard return. We'll call the net of about 37 yards. St. Louis is 1 timeout, 37 seconds to go. They had 1 more player over 30 than the Niners did. You know, that was also at a time when it was not custom for players to play that long. Like, the science was not there. Not trying to score up by 9 the first inning. It probably is. Probably is something. Which is crazy. You figure Blankenship, you figure his range is probably inside 60. In a dome, you gotta get to about, I would say, the 43-yard line to have a chance. Duggan, sideline, that ball's caught, breaks a tackle. Can he get the first? He does. It's gonna stop the clock. Frank Darby, the ASU wideout. Down to the 49. That will stop the clock for some shoddy tackling by Arlington. Gain a 16 on that one. Down to the 20, or down 29 seconds. How's it going, Jason? Welcome to the chat. How many players they never only stay with one team? Rain culture is insane in the NBA versus other leagues. Actually, there was a timeout on the field, but St. Louis is not going to be the one calling it. Arlington has to call it because of an injury. So St. Louis basically gets a free timeout because of an Arlington player who's down, hurt. St. Louis gained a 16, Frank Darby's first grab of the day. And the man who was down for Arlington was number 93, Chris Odom. In some pain. He'll walk off on his own power, which is good to see, but that does stop the clock. And St. Louis basically gets a free timeout out of this. Not sure what happened with Odom here. Might see a replay. Oh, friendly fire. Oof, that's what happened. Friendly fire. He actually hit his own player in the head, Jamal Carter. And he is shaken up as a result. Probably evaluate for a concussion. First down, the 49-yard line. St. Louis figure about 10 more yards. They're in field goal range. You have a timeout. Middle of the field is wide open. First down. Duggan, they send 4. Fires that ball's caught by the sticks. First down on the play. Blake Jackson down to the 38. That's going to stop the clock with 23 seconds there in plus territory. Be a 56-yard try here. They're going to get to the line quickly. Clock stops to reset the chains in this league, like college rules. Figure you're going to spike it on first down. 21 seconds. They'll spike it with 20. Good clock management there by St. Louis. They have a timeout to work with. Yeah, Kent Darby. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember him. Second down. Duggan just 2 completions before the touchdown to Butler since then he's been on fire. Second down, pass tipped in the flat, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10. You got 14 seconds. You have a timeout. Oh, I don't think Duggan's earned a contract in the NFL. I would be stunned. If he makes something like a 53, maybe like a camp invite, but I can't see him making a... I can't see him going on to 53. You have a timeout. You figure, do you call a draw here? This would be a 56-yard field goal. Oh, but they're not going to get this playoff. Oh, crap. This is horrible on St. Louis, but they're not going to get this playoff. Okay, wait. Okay, do they reset the clock? They reset the clock. All right. They reset the clock. I was going to say, okay. So there was 5 on the play clock. They reset the clock. 3rd and 10. Do you call a draw here just to get closer? Avoid a sack? He's been sacked a few times today. Avoid a holding penalty. I would just call a draw here. 3rd and 10. Play action on the screen. They now call a draw. That's beautifully done. Sailors down to the 31, and they will call a timeout with about 5 seconds to go. That's well done by Anthony Becht. That is really smart on Becht's part. And they call it with 2 seconds. Beautifully done. It makes it a lot closer. Makes it a 49-yard try. Keller with a 2. I appreciate you, man. Mariners Grand Slam. Let's go 5-0. It's quite your day. Today might be your day. Blankenship, he could make it in the NFL. Yes, Blankenship's been on fire today. Or this game, or not this game, wow. This season, he could make it in the NFL again. I think he will get a look. I think the Niners could come calling with him. Now it's a 49-yard try. And remember, they get the ball to start the half. Blankenship 12 for 12 this season. Was making YouTube videos and TikTok videos during the NFL season recreating the best kicks of the week. Got a job with the Battlehawks as a result. Has made it work so far. Can he go lucky 13 for 13? Snap is good. Kick is up. Blankenship is money again. 13 for 13 on the season. And the Battlehawks take a 9-0 lead, getting the ball back to start the second half. Jason gifting a membership. Geraldo getting this one. Appreciate it. As a member, you get a lot of cool perks for the end of the video. Members only Q&A streams and emojis in the chat. You want the O's? I'll get you on the O's game. Let's do it. Appreciate you, man. This you make the call going until May 5th. Appreciate it. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Holy cow. So a chance really to triple dip here. Battlehawks 120 yards in that second quarter compared to 4 for the Renegades. They're on fire right now. Yeah, Martinez doing a good job. He's done a very good job. All right, can I put a pull-up on here? Yeah, I can put a pull-up. And if you are a member, you can use the emojis in the chat shots for other on teams. Video is dropping in the next 30 minutes if all goes according to plan. If all goes according to plan, video is dropping in the next 30 minutes. Battlehawks, if they get the season split, they will go to first place, or second place, I should say, in the XFL conference. A chance to tie for first, depending on how the defenders do this week. And top 2 teams in each conference make the playoffs. That's why this game is huge. 2, 3, and 2 teams fighting for second right now. Right now, you figure the Brahmas are done, and the Showboats are done. But Roughnecks right in this thing. They actually have an offense. As crazy as that sounds. Blue score. All right, so was it 2-1 there? I'm going to flip that game on. Figure out the channel. Hang on. That is on TNT, if I'm not mistaken. So was that 20? Channel 25? 26. All right. Jets win tonight, getting a nice 69 points in my bracket. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's legal in baseball games. I would see legal in Colorado. I know that. All right. There we go. Dallas should get a second half. No, they would never support one. They would never support a second team. That would be a disaster waiting to happen, I would think. Is it legal in Miami too? Feels that way. Feels that way with the way they're playing right now. I think baseball's like the worst sport to be a fan of a bad team. Because it's every single day. Like, you never get a break from suffering with baseball. Like football, at least you only have to deal with it once a week. Like, if I wanted to, I forget about the Jaguars Monday through Saturday. If I really wanted to. Not with baseball. Yeah, no, the only market that I've seen people say second team is Chicago. I could see that. Who score again? Ooh. 3-1. Okay. Game 7. Here we go. It's a good day in St. Louis right now. Good sports day in St. Louis, it feels like. Top 5 cities that deserve playoff baseball. Ooh. I would say Miami. I would say Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Denver, and I will go Anaheim. Gets pulled. I'm gonna say fact. It's an Honor McMichael. Ooh. That's after wrestling. All right, that's good because I'm now good at wrestling history. All right, video is exporting now, so should be out soon. Video should be out relatively soon. 8-0 for the Mariners. Oh boy. Could NIU beat Purdue? The way Purdue looked last year, probably. Let's go on Zippy. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you tuning in, as always. All Let me just... get this open. Just gotta make some thumbnails and do all that fun stuff. Video will be out by 10 o'clock. It's a very late upload, I know, but it will be out by 10 o'clock. I'm excited for this one. Looks like Game 7. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. A grandfather in the NBA? No, there is not. That has never happened. Father, that's happened many times. Grandfather, no. If Sure playing the 2000s, where does he get drafted? Ooh. I'm not sure he goes that high. Because running quarterbacks weren't really a thing back then. He might go undrafted. People say Florida been waiting not 2 years, but 22 years. Yes. Rice won 2 in a row. They have, but 6 and 25. That's not good. That's not good. That could happen, Eli. That could. That'd be very bizarre. Oh, that's Alpha Man. Sorry to hear that, Zippy. You know, it doesn't always... It's not linear. Grief is not linear. Grief is, some days are better than others. Some days are definitely better than others. I definitely get that. I definitely get that. Jalen Hurts in 2000s era NFL? Again, I'm not sure that good. I'm not sure. The game has been very... The game is very different today than it is back then. Like, a lot of offense scorers did not know how to... Of course, they were not known how to manage a running quarterback like that. Yeah, Pop is a legend. Pop is an absolute legend. Tom Brady, he is not. He is not. Honestly, for Hartson lost my dad before, so that's all. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, holidays, like the first time a holiday without a certain loved one, that can be tough. That can be very, very tough. It doesn't get easier. It does not get easier. In 2000, I did not see that game. No, I'm not sure that was televised. I was like 4 years old, 5 years old. McMichael, APL Pro team in 3 straight years. What years the odd one out? 85, 86, 87, 88. Okay. Well, 85 and 86, the Bears were an insane defense. So I would guess 88's the odd one out. I would guess 88's the odd one out. It's 85, 86, he definitely would have done it. So, question say even 84? I'm going to go 88. Cricket's better than football. I don't know about that. I love cricket. I love T20. I don't know about that, though. I don't know about that. Number one song the day of your birthday, October 10th, 1987. I'm going to go with I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany. It's 98 or 88. Let's go. I'm going to guess I think we're alone now. Where's it by 6? All right. It's going to be tough. It's a host playoff game. It's always tough. It's always tough to host a playoff game. How long will the trial last? Oh, there's going to be a lot of witnesses. It's going to be a long trial. Trials are never quick. They are lengthy, lengthy processes. LSU went 1-11, Akron went 9-3. Could Akron beat them? I mean, they could, yeah. Why not? Why not? Alright, no copyright issues with this, so we should be okay. Okay, so there's the second thumbnail. Now I just need the third. Almost there. The name of the inflamed casino that inspired the song spoke. Oh, I have no idea. That's a warm-up question? Because I got nothing on that. That's a warm-up? Yeah, I got nothing. I have no clue. I know the song, obviously. But I don't know the name of the casino. If I heard... Oh, man. I mean, I haven't heard in a while. Not great with lyrics. So I have no clue. Oops, wrong thing. Montreal. Oh. All right, we're going to start the third quarter. You go field at 20, 25, and down to the 29, 30-yard line for Blake Jackson. Battlehawks scored each of their last 2 drives. 60% think the Battlehawks win this one. Let's see what happens here. Look to make a 2-score game. Well, baseball team must do sport to accomplish that? Probably Rockies. Probably the Rockies. Ever in school, a teacher got in trouble for being a creep? No. Never. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Play action. Duggan fires off his back foot, looking for Butler. Incomplete. Too far out in front. Coverage on the play there by Chris Claybrooks. Thoughts on Jax Ulbrich? He needs to grow up at 21. He needs to grow up very quickly. 5-1 Blues. Oh, this one's over. The 4 fundamental force of interaction in quantum physics. North, south, east, west. I have no clue. In quantum physics? I don't think we learned quantum physics. Braves or White Sox, who's better? Oh, Braves. Not even close. They're playing better baseball as of late. Starting on 7. 2nd and 10. Duggan, play action, fires. Crosser incomplete, looking for Darby. Overthrew his man. overthrew his man. Let's try this thumbnail. Oh, let's try this. Okay, wait, okay. Yeah, we didn't learn quantum physics. NBA changed the division to platform like NHL would be terrible. Be terrible. 3rd and 10. I hate the format right now. They sent for Duggan, sacked on the play, brought down the 22-yard line. Loss of 8. It's a quick 3 and out. Arlington's defense need a stop. They got it. Okay, electromagnetism, gravity. Okay, we learned about all of these. I just don't think we learned it as like the 4 things of quantum physics. Okay, we're going to see this. This is going to be interesting. There's a thumbnail. Kickoff to the, or punt to the 29, to the 35, down to the 37. Do I see them changing it back? I think at some point they will. At some point they will. Weak nuclear, strong nuclear. I figure if weak nuclear is one, strong nuclear is another. Why not just be 3 then? Strong, weak nuclear, if they're both... That seems where they would not be. Okay, we're going to try this. Okay, there's going to be 3 different thumbnails. And one of them is going to be absolutely crazy. And I'm very curious to see how it performs. Oops, wrong thing. So I have no idea. This is going to be so bizarre. And maybe do receipt? No. No, I like having the bracket. Like just a set bracket. Let's try that. Yeah, I would definitely take Akron in that game. I would definitely take Akron. Video going to drop in just a little bit. Oh, that holds proton. Okay, so it's weak nuclear for electrons then? Conferences divisions to remove altogether? Nah, but divisions should. I think divisions at this point for the NHL. First 17 in. Well, I appreciate it, Killer. What do you think Clippers tonight against Game 7? I did not expect the Clippers to come back. I now expect the Clippers to win Game 6. I think Denver takes 7. But I'd be loving life right now on the opposite side of the bracket. A series that goes 7, they're going to be gassed. I would take Sacred Heart on that one. First down to the top, 2 to the bottom. Perez fires, slam pass. That ball's caught into plus territory down to the 46-yard line. Nice grab there by Javante Payton. Picks up about 16 yards. And we are going to have a video dropping in literally a weak nuclear control, so substance K. Oh, okay. More hockey tonight? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because I can't stay on too long after this. I'm not even sure we're doing OT tonight. First down. The handoff tries to bounce outside. Ballage breaks one tackle. Can't break the second. Down to the 44. Flag on the play on the tackle. So gain of 2 as things stand. Yeah, this video is going to be bizarre. Holding on the play, so back it up 10 yards. Back into their own territory at the 44. Those are both 50. They are. They are. App Store's been fun. It has been fun. I will stream one day. Like me going out in the public and doing something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because you never know with IRL because copyright could be an issue if like someone's blasting music or whatnot. I don't know yet. I don't know. 1st and 20. We'll do another week in the life, and we'll do that. That's going to come out probably in the next month. Handoff, gain of 1 to the 45-yard line. All right. Let's try this. It's about the Chiefs. Going back to the 70s for this one. We are just going to... Oh, yeah, there's... So how YouTube does it, there's a 3... Like, you can test 3 thumbnails. And one of them is very, very insane, and we're going to see how it goes. Slam pass down to the 46-yard line. Fan beat up, what do you mean, 100K? I mean, people want to. I'm not sure there's a market for it, but... Like, if anyone ever sees me out there, by all means, say hi. I met some people at the draft. Chicken Jockey, there you go. There you go. What prompts? Caillou nuked Toronto. Little became an alcoholic. Little Prince want to sacrifice Caillou. Yeah, but the Falcons making the playoffs was too much. A rat urinated on a golfer and went to a wound and made the guy... Wait, really? For real? Live call second? Potentially at some point. I'm not sure. Have to figure out how to set it up. Ball to 48. Curl route intercepted! Intercepted by Chris Payton-Jones to the 45 down to the 48. Perez throws it right to Payton-Jones. And the Battlehawks have good field position in plus territory. Chris Payton-Jones with the snag. Didn't see him on the curl route. And the Battlehawks get a takeaway here. Was looking on the play for Tyler Vaughns. Instead, he finds the wrong shade of blue. Chris Payton-Jones on the pick. Battlehawks defense has allowed over 27 points per game each of the last 3. Pitching a shutout here so far today. Terrible in the playoffs. Always amazing in the regular season. Probably Mark Andrews. Marvin Harrison. I go Marvin Harrison. President bench for Aylers? No, fiction on that. Fiction on that. Perez is the guy. Well, Lamar's been better in the playoffs as of late. I mean, the Bills game was not his fault. That's an insane story. Wow. Yeah, don't mess around with wild animals like that. All right. Video is dropping within the next 5 minutes. I'm literally just putting in, like, the tags and whatnot they have to do. Just the very technical, maniacal stuff with YouTube that sometimes it's automated, but sometimes you gotta do it yourself. But it is dropping in just a little bit, and I will link that video when it drops, and I am excited for you guys to see this one, because it is a wild one. Chicken Jockey. There you go. Throw all your popcorn at the screen and whatnot, and do all that. Alright, again, appreciate all you guys tuning in for this UFL game over on Fox. We're doing all the UFL games this week. We're doing D-backs Phils as well tomorrow night. Anyone song ready? Alright. 1974. Second face on the back of his head, which... He had a wait. No. A second face on the back of his head? I know, like, Siamese... I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that in my life. A second... That's a real thing? I know Siamese twins. I know that. But on the back of his head, I've never heard of that in my life. The Lava Chicken song? Well, that was in the UK. The UK, some weird songs have hit in the UK. Amazing Grace from the Bagpipes was a #1 hit. Bob the Builder has had multiple #1 hits in the UK. Like, there have been some weird songs to go #1 in the UK. It's not gone in the top 40 in America. Let's try this. Almost here. Link that. Link that. And link that. Yeah, Bob the Builder, yeah. So he hit #1 was his theme song in the UK, and he hit #1 a second time with Bob the Builder, a version of Mambo #5, where all the characters are replaced by Bob the Builder characters. I'm not making that up, by the way. That is a real thing. You can look it up for yourself. That is a real thing. First down, the toss play here. This one going to Howard for the first time today. He gets down to the 49-yard line. Driving Howard. Called a gain of 2. Bowling Green or Purdue? I'm taking Purdue, but it's close. King Hill reboot. I'm excited for it. Get my propane ready. All right. We are going to make it members only. And the new video. I'm just watching Twin Peaks. It's been a fun game so far. It's been a fun one so far. New video is officially live. 2nd and 8. Duggan. Pressured. Sacked on the play. Brought down for the second time this half of the 43-yard line. Ballage going into the locker room. Meanwhile, for Arlington, he's hurt. And that correctly went over for a while. Anything's possible. Sing Bobby the whole song? I cannot. I don't even know the words to the entire song of that. All right, new video is out. And again, I promise you, it is an NFL video. I don't know which thumbnail people got. I promise you, it's an NFL video. Let me just link it on everything. Wrong thing. 3rd and 14. Duggan looking, fires. Incomplete. Would have been short of the 6 anyways. Looking on the play for Frank Darby. Back-to-back 3-and-outs for St. Louis, so they can't do anything off the They can't do anything off of the turnover. They'll be forced to punt away. All right, link the video here. Click this link to watch today's video. There we go. You got the fly with the crust elephant? Yep, that's the one. That's the weird thumbnail. That's the weird one. Punt, touchback. The 25-yard line. It's funny. It's literally entirely about football. But you'll see what I mean. You will see exactly what I mean if you watch it. The link is up. You will see exactly what I mean. I'm pretty sure I'll get stream. If you like my ceiling scrubs title or helps the channel a ton. All right. Life Off My Ears by Lee Brice. I've never heard that song. I know Lee Brice. I'm going down the pipeline. God. I promise you I am not. This is... You'll see... There's such a, like... You'll see what it is when you watch the video. You'll see exactly what it is. It's a wild one. It is a wild one, but... You'll see. You will see. I could do a whole bunch with that. I could do like Don Shula and how he was almost going to go to the USFL. How Trump was trying to get him to coach the Generals. But Forgotten person, Mount Rushmore. Just anyone on the in the Simpsons video. Anyone in the Simpsons video. The forgettable presidents. All right, ball at the 25-yard line. Still a one-score game. Just got to turn off one of the TVs because that's a little bit weird. There we go. I'm not going to put on the Blues game. I'm going to put on the Warriors game on my other screen. Yeah, we'll do it on there. First half of 25, halfway through the third. Arlington, again, 30-plus points in 3 of their 5 games this season. No points here today. Last drive ended with Perez throwing a really bad interception on the comeback route. Watch it right now. All right, all good. Perez, he's got under 60, or about 60 yards passing, I should say. LFA down Mexico just kicked off right now. All right. Ball at 25 to the top, 1 on the bottom after the touchback. Perez takes the snap. Play action, looking on the screen. That ball is caught on the pump fake. And looking to get some yards is Hunter. Hunter breaks 1-man miss and down to the 39-yard line. Spinning down for a gain of 14. Videos with stories of the OGXFL and USFL. I've thought about that. I've definitely thought about that. Problem is that coverage is tough for those. Because you won't hear the big stuff. You won't hear the small stuff. Compared to the NFL. Now, Rockets up by 10 on the Warriors. Oh boy. First down, 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Super challenge time. I think Beck's going to try for a legal man downfield. When a screen takes that long to develop, usually there is someone down the field. And Anthony Beck is challenging this, I'm assuming, for a legal man downfield. So wipe off a gain of 14. This is the first super challenge by Beck. Stoops already lost his for the Renegades. Again, we're assuming this will be for a legal man downfield. Because that took a while to develop. Let's check this out. This vid's doing well so far. This vid's doing pretty well so far. Yeah, dying 30s, yep. And yeah, there's the man downfield. He's a solid 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. It can't be that far down. Marcus Minor. I think they'll call him for the penalty. Like the video so far? Perfect. All right, December 1st, 1974. No one saw him that day. Oh, God. I have no clue. I'm going... Oh, man. I'm not great with late 70s. Or early 70s, I should say. I'm going Someone Saved My Life Tonight by Ellen John. Probably dead wrong on there. William Harry Harrison was 2023 Aaron Rodgers, yes. But after the review, they do say there was no illegal man downfield. Not sure I agree with that call. I think that was a smart challenge by Becht. He was down the field by 3 yards. He's playing poker with Hawk 2 girl. Oh, God. Playing poker with a scam artist. Fantastic. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Motioning now is Pinson. Another team has their super challenge the rest of the game. So no more super challenges. Kung Fu Fighting. Oh, man. Great song. Most famous songs of the 70s. One-hit wonder. Plays Blown Dead. Not sure Beck knows what's going on at this point. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton. I Can Help With Someone, Billy Swan. Oh, yeah. I know that one. Yeah, the clock should not have run. I think that was the issue. The clock should not have been running because St. Louis had to call a timeout. Yeah, if the Monterey Kings deal goes through next year, I doubt it's going to happen. I doubt it's going to happen. They can barely manage the teams in their own country. Hand off to the side. Hunter breaks the first, but can't break the second by the legs, and thrown down on the play by Isaiah Mack. He's made some big tackles today. Second down. Coming from number 2. Like, the A1 can barely play, like, they got to deal with, like, passports and all that. And, I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, you can apply for an expansion team on their website. Kung Fu Panda was a cover? I think so. I think it was. Might become a Cowboys fan playing 26. You know it. You know I will. How about them Cowboys, baby? 2nd and 9. All for clout. Jet sweep pass. Payton down to the 43. 3rd and about 6. I think that's Callahan O'Reilly on the stop. It's funny because Vin is a valid politician, but it has nothing to do with politics. Like, the video is about a politician, but it has nothing to do with politics. Number 3 song, did he make the Cardinals great again? Ooh. 3rd and 5. Slam pass. That ball's caught. First down in plus territory. We've got in plus territory a few times today. Haven't done anything with it. Yeah, it was CeeLo Green on the Kung Fu Panda cover. Yes, it was. Ooh, number 3 song. But there was a flag on this play. Hang on a second. Personal foul. Face mask on the offense. So instead of a 9-yard gain, back it up 15 yards. And Arlington 3rd and a mile. Number 3 song. I have no idea. I'm just going to guess. Marcus, our 4th penalty of the game. It's been a rough one for him. 3rd and 20. Ooh, number 3. What songs were big back in late 74? I'm going to go Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by Ellen John. I'm just going to guess Ellen John on that one. It's a safe bet, but probably wrong on that one. Empty backfield here. 3rd and a mile at the 29-yard line. Perez, just a quick little drag route. Hunter will be thrown down behind the line for a loss of 1. Callahan O'Reilly. And the St. Louis defense does its job yet again. What was taking 3 degrees? Oh, another number 1 hit, if I'm not mistaken. Another number 1. Number 32, Son Mateo Sport. Oh my god. So it was August 1st. I said, I'm guessing How Do I Live, but the cover version. I'm gonna guess How Do I Live, but the cover version of that song. Not the cover. No, Leon Ramsey's cover. Trisha Yearwood. 74 was like the worst year of pop music. Yeah, 74 sucked. 74 was a crap year for music. That sucked. Punt down to the 9-yard line. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing Trisha Yearwood, How Do I Live? Billboard WordPress. Top 40. Let's see. Number 32 song. 1997. I swear to God if I'm right on this. 32 was Cupid by 112. Are you kidding me? How Do I Live was 23. How Do I Live was 23. I flipped the numbers around. You're kidding me. Holding on Arlington on the punt. So they'll redo this punt because that was a good punt. How bad was it? Oh, I mean, the music was bland. There was no identity. The music was very bland. It was very forgettable. Very, like, you couldn't dance to it. You couldn't do anything to it. So redo the punt. Another penalty on Arlington. That's their 9th of the game. 4th and 31. Punting from inside their own 20 now. Yeah, How Do I Live was literally 23. Wow. Like, there was no lasting legacy for 74. Like, if you look at, like, the top of the charts, the songs, none of them. Show us like playoffs, I would say no chance. Punt field, the 35 to the 40. Flag on this one again. Return by Jackson to the 48. But again, there's a flag on this one. Like, if you look at the top songs, like The Way We Were by Barbra Streisand, Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks, Love's Theme, Come and Get Your Love, Dancing Machine, The Locomotion, Sound of Philadelphia, The Streak, Benny and the Jets, One Hell of a Woman, Until You Come Back to Me. And that's your top 11 for the whole year. It was a weird year for music. Atrocious number ones. Was this roughing? Hang on a second. Did he get the plant leg? Well, I think he got the plant leg on this one. He might have gotten the plant leg. This could be a free first down. Dove into the plant leg. Looked like... Was that Jerome Cap? What is that? Was that 85? Yeah, that's Cap. That's a plant leg. That's a first down. That's a bad penalty, too. It is. Yeah, Terrence and Jarvis, like 2.5 hit wonder. Dan's little sister was like a minor hit. My cheer for, I just want a good game. I just want a good game. I like watching the UFL. I just want a good game. Any, like, atrocious number ones? I don't know about atrocious number ones. I mean, the Streak hit number one. That's a weird song. First down, hand off to Hunter. So for all that's another first down. Perfect World. Yeah. You know what's funny? That is an underrated song by them. That album did not do anything, but that's an underrated song. Yeah, that was rough on the kicker. That absolutely was. They Arlington gets the free first down out of it. Ball to 36, 2nd and 8. Perez escapes the sack and a takeover run. Not known as a runner. Going to slide down for a gain of 2. Maybe a gain of 1. Slow as molasses. 3rd and 7. 4 minutes to go in the third. Can Arlington take advantage of the second life that St. Louis gave on the roughing the kicker on 4th and 30? Yeah, the Four Tops having a hit in 1988. Shocking. Like, that's one that was like, how did that happen? Solid song, but it was like, how the heck did the Four Tops have a hit in 88? Like a bona fide hit. One of the top, 3 at the bottom. 2 on the play clock. Gotta get this off. Perez. Oh, I'm not sure they got it off. Yeah, that's the delay of the game. Another flag on Arlington. If I'm not mistaken, that's their 10th of the game. You know, Streak was a number 1 song for about a month. And that was top 10 year end. Yes, it was. Delay of game, back it up 5 yards with 3:34 to go. The winner of this game goes to second place. These two teams right here. I've not flipped the helmets all year. It's crazy. The standings have pretty much been the same the entire season. I can flip that if St. Louis wins. What do you need to do to be able to attend? Oh, nothing. You just clear bag policy, but it's free to go. You just need to download the One Pass app. Download NFL One Pass, which is free. Just clear bag policy. It's completely free to go. And if you want NFL location, that's what I did. That one, tickets will go on sale probably like 10 months from now. 3rd and 12, and that's like a whole separate website. But it's free to go to the draft. Completely free. Now, obviously, concessions are not, and concessions cost, or the merchandise is going to cost a lot, but they can still charge parking. But it is free. You don't need to pay entry. Another penalty, false start. That's now 11 on the Renegades, compared to 4 for the Battlehawks. Time to have the harmonies in that song are great. The vocals on that song, very underrated. One of the best vocal songs of the 80s. Superstitions, that's my favorite Europe song. That is my favorite one. I know Carrie was a hit, obviously Final Countdown, but Superstitions is my favorite. The way that song starts, man. Minnesota, that'll be a fun one to do in Minneapolis. 3rd and 17. They send 3. Perez stepping up, throwing on the run, fires past the first down line, caught at the 45-yard line. Now, Harvey's trying to argue it was not a catch. Deontay Burnett came down with it. We're going to talk this over. Mets lead 6-3. All right. They call it a catch. Harvey's saying, wait a second, the ball hit the ground. Let's see if they take a look. Gain of 18. Let's double check this. Perez, nice throw on the run. Did Burnett hold on? Oh, I don't know. Is that ball moving? Turns out time for them to make a pick. What happens? They run out of time. They can pick any time after that, but they have to, but any team can leapfrog them. So basically, if I've picked 6, I run out of time, pick 7, they can make that pick any time. but I can make my pick anytime as well. So they can leapfrog me. They're going to review this play, I think, because there's a timeout on the field. So they can make their pick immediately, and I can make my pick at any time. I don't know if that makes sense. You love seeing Benny and the Jets come and get your level like the only ones that are decent last night. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Nobody's full. The only good thing about Caddyshack 2. Staying Together, very underrated song by Debbie Gibson. Very underrated. It was the last single off that album. And then she quickly pivoted to Electric Youth, which was one of the best albums of all time. Yeah, late 88. I mean, 88 was a great year for music. Really, anything like late 80, like 88, 89, 90. I mean, holy cow, those years were stacked. 88 in particular. 88, maybe the best year for pop music. 88 might be the best year for pop music. 88 was just incredible. A Nightmare on My Street? Oh, yeah. One of the few Halloween songs. I feel like every Halloween song comes from the 80s. Thriller, Ghostbusters, Nightmare on My Street. I'm saying not Monster Mash, but I feel like most of the Halloween songs that we know of come from the 80s. Name 5 of the first 10 singers who appeared on the song Forever Country. Oh, man. I don't even remember that song. I don't even remember that song. So I have no idea. 84, that was a great year for pop music. 84, I mean, if you want to say 84, I'm not going to complain on that one. 84 lasted the longest. I will say 84 in terms of defining legacy. I mean, some of those top 10s, those songs still live on 40 years later. 84 was really like MTV was finding its stride, music was finding its stride. Like 84 was, oh man, that was a stacked year. Stacked year. Like people say 84 is the best year of all time, I'm not going to complain on that. I'm not going to fight them on that. Like 84, like some of the songs are like overplayed, which is crazy. Like still 40 years later, they're overplayed. You picked a good year to be born, for music at least. 84 is a fun one. Let's see what I get. That's a fun one too by Brendan Starr. That's a fun one. Like she had what, 2 hits? I Still Believe. Very different song. What do you see what we get? Everybody's Halloween by Minstrel, which also has to be from the 80s. There you go. I think because 80s had the synthesizer. 80s had that, like the cool synthesizer sound. So you could do a lot with that. No, they reviewed that play during the timeout. And they do say it's a first down. Classic by Robert Palmer, one of his last hits. Angle route, that ball is caught by Hunter. Hunter's at the 40. Breaks the tackle at 35-30. Pushed out of bounds to the 28-yard line. Cameron Kelly pushes him out. First down. Gain of 27 yards. Arlington's gotten some drives today. Again, this one extended after the 4th down penalty. Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, Little Big Town, Luke Brymer, and Lambert Range, Travis Flick, Shellen. Oh, okay, so it would have been good people. One moment in time, the song of the 1988 Olympics. Fantastic. Love that one. Say fiction on that one. First down, slam pass, drop by Burnett. That time definitely couldn't hold on. Any questions? No, don't make him easier. Don't make him easier. Chains of Love, good song. I like A Little Respect more. Yeah, One Moment in Time, love that one. I think it was her first one to not go top 5, or first single not go top 5, but man. So many good songs from the 88 Olympics. One Moment in Time, the instrumental by David Foster for the Winter Olympics was great. Yeah, worried about the flags? Yep, it is bizarre. Second down. 86 Master Puppets as well. Pass behind the line. That ball is caught for a loss of 1. Hunter thrown down at the 30-yard line. Remember, Haversick missed a kick earlier this game, so we'll see what Arlington decides to do if they can't get the first down here. If you are a member, we have the emojis in the chat for the Renegades and the Battlehawks. Wild Wild West for Escape Club. I'd say 1.5 hit wonder. Shake for the Shake is a... I would count that as half a hit. 3rd and 11. It's because that song, they're a British band, hit number 1 in America, never hit the top 100 in the UK. You don't see that. Where they don't even hit the top 100 of their own country. Perez, can he escape the sack? He can. Throws it on the drag route. Caught for a gain of 1. That's a Big play by person to just get rid of that ball. It's still 4th and 10. They gotta punt, or they gotta kick this field goal, but might have been out of field goal range if we took a sack. What is ESPN half inning behind the Mets Cardinals game? I'm not sure. And that'll take us to the end of the quarter. Figure field goal coming up here. I'll put a poll up. Who wins? Get those 4s out. Here we go. Never Tears Apart, a rare ballad by In Excess. You don't think of them as doing ballads. Like, all these songs are great. Like, when I say, like, there's not a bad song on this list. Like, there's songs I like more than others, but there's really not a bad song on this list. Beastie Boys were hardcore punk? I did not know that. I think it was hip-hop. Locomotion, great cover of that song. It's my favorite version. Oh, yeah, I'll be there for skip. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Great song, too. Great song. Oh, man, Forgotten Ballad, too. Man. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Forgot about that one. For the 80s, that was all they had. But for the night, oh, man. Great song. Leadership is in Love. One of their... I think that was their only hit without Bobby Brown. I think it was the only hit they had without Bobby Brown. My favorite New Edition song. By far. That's New Jack Swing at its finest. And I remember the Seahawks did the dance to that one. Sweet Child of Mine. Never heard that song. I don't know what song that is. That must be an obscure song. I've never heard of that group. Never heard of that song. I always like playing a game on Spotify, like the top 40 songs in a given week. I like to guess which song is the most plays, which song has the least plays. I always like doing that. And yeah, Sweet Child of Mine, it's over 1 billion. How's it going, Bob? Welcome to the chat. Biggest betrayal from a team to a city in history? Baltimore. Definitely Baltimore. Leaving in the middle of the night? Like that? Definitely that. You know what's wrong crazy about Glenn Fry's solo stuff? True Love is fine. I think it's probably like the worst song on that list. Jake Scott should be Hall of Famer, yes. Jake Scott, for my money, was the best safety of the 70s, and it's a crime that he's not in the Hall of Fame. Jake Scott should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why he's not. I don't know why time has passed him over. But Jake Scott might have been the best safety of the early 70s. For Beyond My Rod Stewart, great album. You want to talk about a great comeback album. That is a great album. Forever Young, My Heart Can't Tell You No, my favorite song on that one. Crazy About Her, love that one. The sax on that one's incredible. Yeah, Black Eyed Peas was alternative hip-hop. Katy Perry was gospel singer. Went from gospel singer to pop to astronaut. No one's ever going to do that again. Absolute legend. All right, 4th quarter time. Haversick 0 for 1 today. Shanked it wide left. You know that I can do with Steve Winwood. Love that one. Harvey Martin. I would also say yes on that one. I put him and Randy White pretty similar. I think Harvey Martin could be a Hall of Famer. I think Scott's got a better case, but I do like Harvey Martin a lot. A lot of guys from the 70s have been passed over for some reason. Ken Anderson, Lamar Parrish, and they should be in. Poison, Fallen Angel. One of the forgotten hits. Like, when people talk about the hits by Poison, that one's not really talked about a lot, but Fallen Angel's a fun song. Very similar to Talk Dirty to Me. It's like the weaker version of Talk Dirty to Me, but it's a fun one. All right, 57% sitting around with the Battlehawks to win this game. Battlehawks had negative yards of offense in that third. Don't be cruel, great song. Plunkett, no, he should not be a Hall of Famer. Plunkett, I can't put in the Hall. That album by Bobby Brown was great. I think Ronnie's the best song. Yeah, Michael Baldwin was hair metal to start. Haversick makes that one. 1 for 2 today. And the Renegades are finally on the board. It's funny because the song that I've been listening to over and over again, because I'm listening to like the top 40 songs in a given week in 1990, is Forever by Kiss, which is my favorite song by them. And I was like, I wonder who wrote this song. And sure enough, Michael Baldwin wrote that song. And I'm like, that checks out. You know, that kind of checks out. Otis Anderson, yes, he should be Hall of Famer. Roger Craig deserves it more, but Roger Craig deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Otis Anderson's number 2 in terms of running backs that are eligible, they're not in. Please Don't Go Girl, great ballad. A Christian Alanis Morissette, really? I've never checked out Christian stuff. Cry Time Favorite Poison Song. I don't think I've heard that one before. It's not my favorite ballad by New Kids on the Block. I like I'll Be Loving You Forever. But Blues on Girls is probably my second. Yeah, Alanis Morissette, she was like pure pop back in the early 90s. TV actress and like just very bubblegum pop. And then became an alt-rock god. Kickoff here, field at the 8-yard line. Here we go. Down to the 20. Flag on the play. Hines Ward, I'm okay with that. Should we do 4th and 12? No, way too early. Let's first play the quarter. Way too early. What's on your mind? Good song. That and Walking Away are very similar. But those, I mean, that's information society for you. Illegal block in the back, so move it to about the 10-yard line. That's where St. Louis is going to start this drive. For negative yards of offense in the 3rd. Looking to bounce back here in the 4th. Cowboys player is in the hall. Most deserving to get inducted. Ooh. Everson Walls. Everson Walls. I mean, I hate myself for loving you. I think it became the theme to a certain TV program after. I think they changed the words and made that a theme to another show. I can't think of the show off the top of my head, but I know they made it a theme to a show. First down, play action, Duggan. Cannot get to the line of scrimmage. Thrown down by the legs. It's a Gene Harris. Loss of 4. Hey, Torholt should be in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy. He's been a finalist for like the last decade. I don't know how he's not got in. But that's the best Joan Jett song by far. Did you steal him? No. No, very good kicker, but no. Yeah, Shirley Mary Ashley went to Grunge Pop. Yep. Teen Pop, she had no hits in America before Jag Little Pill. Always Love You. Great song with the other name. Phenomenal vocalist. Saw her live. She can still crush it. And her album from 1989 is very underrated. Groovy Kind of Love. Good song. Duggan again. Tries to turn the corner. He will this time, and he'll get some yards down to the 15-yard line. Called a gain of 9. Very similar play to last time. 3rd and 5. For 11 Jets game. Oh, boy. Getting shippy. It's funny how many solo hits Phil Collins had that were not on any, like, studio albums. One Good Woman, Peter Cetera's best solo song by far. Or actually, no, because Gloria Love was solo. Second best solo song. Best fast solo song by Peter Cetera. So we had 2 Don't Be Cruels on the chart. The Elvis cover by Cheap Trick. Had a great comeback in the 80s. 3rd and 5. Hit on the throw! Fumble! Loose ball! Arlington! Just fall on that! Why are they not just falling on it? Now Arlington does scoop it up at the 9-yard line. The defensive tackle there just decided not to fall on the ball, try to scoop and score for some reason. But fortunately, it takes a bounce all the way into the secondary, and Jamar Summers picks it up, and Arlington will get it in a goal to go spot the 10-yard line. Archman, I think it's a bit overrated, actually. Eli Manning Hall of Famer, he should be, yes. Don't Worry, Be Happy. I mean, that's a classic. Red Wine, better than the original. Hey, Don't Be Cruel. Cheap Trick had, what, 3 hits in 88? They had, like, no hits for, like, years. And 3 hits in 88. Goes down. And obviously, The Flame. And Warm Down. And Love Bites. Great song. I think it was their only song to hit number 1. It was their only song. But Duggan hit immediately on the throw from the backside. Taco Charlton coming up big with the hit. The former Cowboy, former first-round pick. And that is definitely a fumble. He was not throwing that ball. 1st and goal for the Renegades. Yardy threw a hypocrite. 1st and goal. Perez fires down the field. That is almost intercepted. And that could have been 6 the other way. Oh, Perez on his back foot. Was looking in the middle of the field, and he threw right to Nate Meters, and he could have been gone the other way. A lucky break for Arlington that was not a pick 6. Meters had it in his hands, and he had daylight. He had daylight. He was looking on the play for Isaiah Winstead, throws it right into the hands of Meters, and he just drops it. And half the defense fell to their knees on that one. Thinking, how do we not pick that off? 2nd and goal, handoff. Davion Smith, his first carry of the day, down to the 8. Drew Bledsoe, I think it's a bit underrated. Yeah, I would say so. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Say fact on that one. What a wild sequence to start the fourth quarter off. 3rd and goal. And we are live for all the UFL games this week. We'll be live next week for the Friday game and the Sunday game. We're not going live for the Saturday game in week 7, but we're going live for all the games week 6. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Empty backfield. Takes a snap. Perez, they send 4. Looking, pressured, avoids the sack. Now looking to roll out. Fires. Did that reach the line of scrimmage? It did not. Was that a throw? It was a throw. No fumble. But the St. Louis defense making a stop and a goal-to-go spot. And Arlington can't take advantage of the field position. Left to settle for 3. The fumble forced by Taco Charlton, the recovery by Summers means nothing. As Haversick coming on and making a 9-6 game. Remember, if Arlington managed the clock better at the end of the first half, St. Louis might not score at the very end. And also, Haversick doesn't shank that field goal on the opening drive. Whole new ball game. Yeah, Sweet's a good band. Sweet is a very good band. Clock is stopped here. 4th and goal. 26-yard try here for Haversick. 1 for 2 today. This one should be a chip shot. King on the hold. The kick is up. It's right down the middle. Arlington 6 straight points, but they still trail in this battle for 2nd in the conference. A huge game for playoff implications. Loser will have dropped 3 of their last 4. I cannot overstate how important this game is. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. 11:45 to go on this one. And if you haven't seen today's video, click that link above. Helps the channel out a ton. Patino jumped up. Oh, that's awful, Bobby. Oh, that's way too young to take your own life. That's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Cincinnati get drift? I could see it. I could definitely see it. Any city could get the drift. Look, if Green Bay can do it, anyone can do it. If Green Bay can pull it off, there is no reason any other city in America can't pull it off. All right, the Mets are up 7-3. 8-3, I should say. 8-3. So, I think they're going to be okay this game. Battlehawks attendance today, 26,684. It's the lowest attendance of the season for them, but to be fair, the Cards are playing at Busch Stadium at the same time, and the Blues are playing at the same time. Not much you can do about this. But 26K, that's still a good number for any other team. Score should say this way? Yes. Be a very nice score. Be a very nice score. Todd Gurley has no chance for the Hall of Fame. $20-30 draft to coincide with the opening of the new stadium? Potentially. I could see it. Though I think they're going to get Super Bowl. I think DC will get Super Bowl with the new stadium. So maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe getting a 10-year contract in 01. He was 30 years old by that point. That's an insane contract to be about, something like that. Obviously, it didn't work out. It's gone 1 year later. DC against 66, I could see that. I'm going to Madonna get a game in DC. Madonna go to DC. Now they have the same to do it. So they've been bidding before at FedEx Field, and they came close. So now with an actual stadium, watch out. Kick off to the 25-30, and Jackson goes down to the 33. More scary for DC. I mean, it's always like a level 1 event, regardless. So, yeah, no, it's going to be a dome. Yeah, no, Sam's going to be a dome. There's a roof on that thing. There is a roof. First down to 33. I think because this game is a long one. We're not going to do overtime tonight. I don't think we are doing overtime tonight. Because I am seeing there's a band that plays and it's 8:30, not 9:30. They moved it up an hour, so. Hand up the middle, down to the 37, so just keep that in mind. Doesn't rule out tomorrow, potentially, but I'm not sure. I don't think we're doing OT tonight, so just keep that in mind. Not sure we do OT tonight. 2nd and 6. Gain of 4 on the run. St. Louis has led the entire contest. Not trailed tonight. It's been a very low-scoring game. Arlington's last game, 70 points combined. St. Louis's last game, 59 points combined. This one, very, very low scoring. 2nd and 6, Duggan, direct snap. He's going to try going to the outside. That's now 3 times the score. They tried running to that side with Duggan. But nothing there. Lost it 2. Yeah, I think he was at one point. I think he was. DJ Retro going to stay open after midnight for Super Sunday? They better. If they don't, that'd be an issue. We're 100 the Rockets. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Warriors down by 6. 3rd and 7. In St. Louis, negative yards this second half. Duggan just 5 for 16. Pump fake. Out route. Caught. Breaks a tackle. First down. Blake Jackson to the 46. A player advocate for the Hall of Fame that has a little to no realistic chance. Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith. I'll say Billy Howden. I would also say John Brody. I would advocate as having a decent shot. Or a player that I would have no problem being in, but he's probably never getting in. And also Grayson. The guy I did a video on a few weeks ago. Grayson probably has no chance of getting in the Hall, but he should be in. Ball to 45. Handoff here. Sailors down to the 47. They're in plus territory. Gain of 8. Will they do with 69, 420, or 666? Oh no. A 420, 666, I'm not even sure we're going to be around by that point. 69, I mean, it's going to be easier because it's not going to be the number. It's just going to be the Roman numeral. Oh, that's a great fadeaway shot. And 1. Whew. 2nd and 3. 9 minutes to go. One at the top, one at the bottom. Duggan, they send 4 with the spy. Curl route, caught. At the 44, first catch of the day for Denzel Mims, the former 2nd-round pick by the Jets. Called a gain of 3 and a first down. Clock moves on everything before 2 minutes. It's the drive St. Louis need to get their defense to get a breather, get some momentum. Again, they had negative yards before this drive in the second half. NFL game on Mars. Well, you can't change gravity, but we'll see. 1st and 10. 3 at the top of the screen. Trips up top. 1 on the play clock. Got to get this off. They're not going to, and Duggan's going to call a timeout. Will a Jag get an MVP vote? I think the first year they make the playoffs will get a vote. Doesn't mean they're going to win the thing. But they vote for 5 players. Travis Etienne got Offensive Player of the Year vote 2 years ago for some reason. Fever game outdraw an NBA playoff game rings? Yes. I think a Fever game could outdraw an NBA TV playoff game. A Fever game on ABC. Fever against the Wings. Beckers against Clark. That will outdraw whatever the worst NBA TV playoff game rating was. The Texans had a Heisman winner on their roster ever. Liner didn't win the Heisman, right? You know, Liner won the Heisman. Yeah. Liner. Yeah, Matt Liner was on the team. Matt Liner was on the team. First down. Toss play here. Sailors to the 40-yard line. Spins ahead to the 38. 2nd and about 5. You know, Matt Liner, he was Heisman winner. Jag win an AP award. I don't think that's impossible. I think like Liam Cohen would coach Lear if they do well this year. They could probably do that, Banjo. They probably could do that. And they played at the Metrodome, so anything's possible. That's basically hell. Second down, ball at the 40-yard line. I say stepped out of bounds. Sailors again. Spins his way to the 34. Gain of 6. Had some help from his offensive lineman, Bradley Ashmore. Help him out on that one. 3rd and 1. You figure 4-down territory here. See how close you are, and you can keep that clock moving. So, I mean, you don't lose yards here, you get a penalty. Even if you get stuffed here, 4th and 1, I would go for it. It's not a knock on Blankenship. Obviously, it's perfect. But I think the idea would be, hey, keep the clock when we get a first down case. 2 more minutes off the clock, and that's going to be huge. 3rd and 1. Or they can play it at Rice Stadium. They can play at Tulane Stadium. They can play anywhere. 3rd and 1, Duggan. They give to Sailors once again. He's stuffed. Decision time here. I'm going. I'm going for this. I am going for this. There's no bad decision. Obviously, punting's a bad decision. There's no bad decision here. I would go. 4th and 1. You get the first. The clock runs another 2 minutes. And worst case, you make it a 12-6 game with 2 less minutes to work with for them. It's not a knock on Blankenship. We know it can make this. Personally, I'm going. They're kicking, though. Again, don't hate it. I would have gone, but I get the hesitancy to go for it after you got stuffed on that run. 4th and 2, Blankenship. 13 for 13 this season. This one from 53. Make it 14 for 14. Hello, Rodrigo. It's San Francisco on line 1. I feel that's where you could be playing about 2 months from now once the season's over. St. Louis extends their lead to 6. Blankenship. A great game for him. He's 2 for 2. 14 for 14 on the season. Oh, I trust the defense, too, with St. Louis. It's more about keeping the clock running. There was no bad call there. There was no bad decision. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel. 12-6 your score. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. First game in Antarctica? Oh, it's never going to happen. They need to build a whole society in Antarctica. They need to build a whole city. So I'm going to say never on that. Again, we're not doing overtime tonight. Just keep that in mind. Not doing OT. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this stream. So St. Louis right now has 18,000 fans at the Enterprise Center, 28,000 fans at Busch, 27,000 fans in the Dome. So you've got, in downtown St. Louis, just for sporting events, you've got 73,000 people in downtown St. Louis right now. On a Friday night. All for sporting events. That is insane. St. Louis is the sports capital of the country tonight. Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Maybe we'll see Antarctica or Africa at some point. NFL game in Japan, I could see that for sure. I think in the next 10 years it's going to happen. Big following in Japan. And they played American Bowl games in Japan. I think it's going to happen at some point. Cardinals, yeah, they're playing at home. Yep, Cardinals, Battlehawks, and Blues are all playing at the same time. So there's 26,000 fans at this game right now. 27,000 fans at this game. 28,000 fans at Busch Stadium right now. And 18,000 fans at Enterprise Center. This is a really good turnout. Yeah, traffic's going to be a nightmare. I don't even want to know what the traffic's going to be like. How many people carpooled? Kickoff fielded at the 5-yard line. Here we go. The 25, spin move down to the 28. Yeah, when Tree does that, oh man. So you have to work on a lot of languages this year. With all the international games coming. Arlington just 2 field goals today, and one of those field goals, really, the first field goal came after a 4th and 30, extended the drive. Dumb penalty by St. Louis. The other one came when they started in a goal-to-go situation, after Duggan turned the ball over. So Arlington really has not done anything today offensively. It's even worse than the score indicates when you really think about it. A 3-and-out got him one field goal. A penalty on 4th and 30 got him another. One of the top, two of the bottom. Can they do something on their own? St. Louis FC is not playing tonight. No, they are not. I don't think they do Friday night games anymore. I think they just do Saturday and Sunday for MLS after the Apple TV deal. Hand off to the outside, Hunter. Again, Ballage left earlier. Don't think he's coming back in. Gain of 5. I have to wonder at what point does it become 4-down territory with the clock rules the way the Arlington just 2 timeouts to their name. Now this team has a super challenge. That was one of Hunter's best runs of the day. He's got just 20 yards rushing today on 2 yards to carry. Really struggling to get anything going on the ground. Can Arlington mount something here, minus Ballage. 2nd and 4 they give to Hunter. Breaks a tackle, makes himself skinny into the second level, and that's the best run by Hunter today to the 50-yard line. Brought down by Quinterio Cole. It's a gain of 17. Basically doubled his yardage on 1 carry. 2 runs, and they get a first down. And they're in business, and now it's definitely 4-down territory. Unless it's like 4th and forever. They're at midfield. Time is running out, especially with the clock rules the way they are. It is definitely 4-down territory here. Arlington played the first overtime game in UFL history last week. They score a touchdown. They get stopped on the conversion. Might be seeing another one of those. First down play action. Perez, slam pass, fires, caught at the 35, down to the 30-yard line. Ball came out at the end. The ball came out. Was he down? Javonte Payton on the grab. Gain of 20, but was he down? Nick Whiteside on the recovery. He seems to think it's a fumble. Perez seems to think his receiver was down. We got a tough call here. And I'll take a look. They're going to rule that it's a fumble. They're going to rule it's a fumble. Let's double check. Javonte Payton. When is that ball out? Oh, it's out. It is out. Quinterio Cole on the hit. It is out. That ball is out. And Nick Whiteside on the recovery. St. Louis, open up your eager eyes. It's Mr. Whiteside on the recovery at the 28-yard line. And St. Louis taking over with 5 minutes to go. How does happen that all Big Four leagues have played a game on the same day? Very rare. Arlington has to call a timeout. They got 1 left. That's a bad timeout to have to take. That's a really bad timeout to have to take. You don't want to call on a dead ball spot. I don't think it's ever happened because you need sports equinox, and that's extremely rare. The other thing, too, is that the NBA and NHL wouldn't play their game on the same day. So if it's going to happen, it would have to be October. But they don't ever have an NBA and NHL game on the same day in the same arena. It's only if it's the playoffs, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's never happened. It's never happened that that's been a thing. You need the equinox, which only happens like 3 times a year. And they'd have to be in 2 different arenas. They have to be in 2 different arenas. First down, the handoff to the side. Sailors makes a few men miss down to the 33. Call it a gain of 5. Arlington now just wants him. I'm not sure why Stoops took the timeout after that play. I have no clue. Why are you taking on a dead ball spot? I have no clue. It's 40 more seconds. St. Louis can tick off this clock. St. Louis, their next game against the worst team in the league, Memphis. Or one of the worst teams, I should say. Got Birmingham, San Antonio, D.C. after this. Arlington, their next game is against Michigan at home. It's their final home game of the year. They face their final 3 opponents on the road. D.C., Memphis, San Antonio. Half up the middle. Down to the 36 goes Sailors. Will they get a Final Four? Oh, probably the next 15 years. Rotation for the Final Four is usually pretty far out in advance. So I'd say maybe not this rotation, but the next one. Where there's some that don't share arena. Be very hard. Take a really weird circumstance. It would have to be a Monday night game or a Thursday night game. Plus the World Series. Plus NBA and NHL. 3rd and 3. Jackson in motion. Duggan. Swing pass. That's tipped. Maybe a game-saving tip right there because Sailors had space. Donald Payne with the deflection brings up 4th down, and Arlington will get the ball back. They force the 3 and out. And he had space, too, if he caught that ball. Dolphins, Panthers, Heat, Marlins, World Series last Sunday of October. Well, they don't play World Series on Sunday anymore. They don't even bother. Sunday, they don't do it. That's an off day. Chase Center hosts Women's Final Four? I'm not sure. We might be nearing the point where the Final Four goes to stadiums soon. We might be nearing that point. Punt field at 25-yard line and down to the 28. Gain of 3 on the return by Price. We might be nearing the point where the next rotation for the Final Four will be stadiums. Because the ticket prices are insane. The popularity is growing. I could definitely see it happening. On to ball to 23. And here we go. 2:53, 1 timeout left. To stay alive in the playoff hunt. With 4 games to go. Men's and women's Final Four in the same city? I would say no because they have different logos, different branding. I'd probably say no on that. They've talked about it, though. They've talked about doing that before. I don't think it's going to happen. Right, World Series is now Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So unless there's a rain delay. Maybe unless there's a game that gets postponed due to rain. Oh, PCA hit another home run. This guy's going to win. This guy's going to win the MVP. PCA is going to win the MVP. I don't believe this. PCA is going to be the MVP. And again, we're not doing overtime tonight. Just keep that in mind. Happy Friday, NT. Happy Friday. World Series start Tuesday. Have Game 5 that Sunday. That's what they used to do. They used to do that. But they got rid of that. Because they couldn't compete Sunday with the NFL ratings. But it used to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's how it was before they went to this current schedule. That was the way it was for years. That was how it was in 2016. So it was that way for a while. Yeah, Mariners have a good offense this year. Mariners' offense is like deceptively good this season. Like, that's a heck of a job they've done turning that team around. Sacramento or Tampa hosting the World Series in Maryland Field, they would have a fit. They probably have to move the game. It was almost like when the Cubs, when there was talk about the Cubs potentially hosting the World Series in '84, they were trying to move the game to Busch Stadium if they did, because it was like, well, they don't have lights. We need the game, like the TV partners, they need the game at night. They need the game at night. So oh, happened? Wow, October 28th, 2018. Really? That's impressive. In Los Angeles. That is impressive. Made LA traffic even worse. That already is. First down, handoff here. Hunter will go down to the 34, brought down by Cole. They're not going to be against Sunday Night Football for ratings. Like, maybe we could be against cable with Monday Night Football, but yeah. Second and 4. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. The handoff again goes to Hunter. He's going to get the first down, the 39-yard line. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, I'd be pooped after that. I would be pooped. I did 2 games in one day. I did that before. It's an experience. It takes a lot out of you. It's fun, but would I do it again? I'm not sure. I did the a D-backs game and then a Suns game. D-backs game in the afternoon, then stayed down there and went to the Suns game. I had no energy by the end. I had no energy. I'm going out of the city entirely. St. Louis could play at Comiskey Park. I don't think the White Sox would have allowed it. The White Sox weren't cooperative with that. But you are right on that. They technically didn't have to. But Comiskey wouldn't give them the permission to, if I'm not mistaken. Denver only market as both NBA and NHL teams still in the playoffs. They are. And there's the Rockies, who are already out of playoff contention. First down the 39-yard line. Two-minute warning, one timeout. Jets are choking? Yep. Feels that way. We'll have a game 7. Rockies to be eliminated before the All-Star break? No, it's very hard for that because you still have like 80 games after that, or 70 games. It'll be close. You could clinch a below 500 record before the All-Star break. That could happen. You could all but clinch, but not that. Yeah, no, it's 4-down territory. Because if St. Louis is the ball back, game's over. They're planning to play the Cubs home games at Wrigley, but during the weekend days, or Busch commits. Yes. Yes, so... Because Wrigley didn't have lights, so they had to play the games at night because of the TV partners. Right, so the weeknight games would be at Busch or Comiskey. Probably Busch. And the weekend games, they'd still be at Wrigley, because that's easy, because they can play that game during the day. Because they did that. They still did weekend games during the day. All right, 60% around the Battlehawks to hold on. Here we go. First down to 39. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Let's do this thing. 2 of the top 3 of the bottom. Empty backfield here. Perez, they send 3. Takes a snap. Stepping up. He loses the ball. Picked up on the play by St. Louis. Back-to-back drives with fumbles. And Chris Garrett recovers for the Battlehawks. Yeah, 1988 was the first year they got lights. B-Man with a 2. Our thoughts on the Travis Hunter trade? I love it. I love it. It's a bold move to get the best player in the draft. I love it. Which game do you want? In the you make the call. Sox, Royals, Orioles, Twins, or Tigers, Rockies? Yeah, so my theory with that is to give your future first-round pick to get an elite cornerback and your first-round pick this year to get an elite receiver. You can 2 for the price of 1, save a roster spot as well. You can have more roster flexibility. He's a blue-chip player. I love it. In a class that didn't have a lot of blue-chip guys, I love the move. I love the move a lot. I have to be like 12 and 8 too. Oh, so yeah, that's not going to happen. The 4th turnover for Arlington today. First down at the 40-yard line. You want the Sox. I'll get you on the Sox. Appreciate you, man. Handoff goes to Sailors. Sailors keeping the legs moving to the 34, 33, 32, 31. Hey, still going to the 29. That's going to do it. A gain of 11. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Jacob Sailors gets 11. Arlington has to call a timeout. And that should be enough. Again, I don't know why I want to call a timeout earlier with 5 minutes to go on a dead ball. First down. St. Louis. They will go to 4-2. What a turnaround. We thought their season was dead in the water after the last game against Arlington 2 weeks ago. You lose your starting quarterback. You play like crap. My, how things have changed. What a day to be a St. Louis sports fan. Blues force a game 7. And the Battlehawks will go to 4-2. Oh, yes, the QB. Yeah, that was Bush League. That play was complete Bush League. That's not the spirit of the rule at all. That was insane. Take a knee, and again, that should be enough. That should be enough to do it. They have no timeouts. They were getting 4 home games, so the Cubs could on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They could have done that. Could have done that. I didn't know that about Wrigley. They stole lights after 41 and gave it to Pearl Harbor. I did not know that. Quarterback, oh, he tore his ACL. He's out for the season. Kickoff, I think it's going to be a Commanders game. Eagles against Commanders. Jaguars, I'm going to guess 6. I'm going to go 6 wins for the Jags this year. 2nd and 11. They'll just take a knee. One on the play clock. And Pita with 2 sacks today. He's been a menace this year. Probably my pick for Defensive Player of the Year. That's a guy I wouldn't mind getting a look in the NFL. He can play the edge. I like Pita a lot. 3rd and 12. One more kneel down to end it. No, the touchdown counted. That touchdown counted. Because technically the rules were you can snap it any way you wanted in high school. Or whatever league that was, you could snap it any way you want. So you could snap it like you didn't have to go between the legs. Like that was a valid snap by those rules. Draft on the arch, I could see that. It's a huge lawn. That'd be a great spot for it. And the Battlehawks. Caw is the law. 4-2. And St. Louis, we can finally adjust these standings. Been stagnant for a while. Arlington's lost 3 of 4. Battlehawks, what a job Anthony Becht has done. Won their last 2 games with a backup quarterback. No Wilkins, no problem. The defense, which has allowed over 27 points per game over the last 3 games, comes up big. They allowed just 6. And really, one of them was a 4th and 30. Special teams blunder. The other one, they started in a goal to go spot, made a goal line stand. So really the defense, you can look at it as they pitched a shutout. You can really look at it as they pitch a shutout. 4 turnovers forced. And the Battlehawks will win this one in the Dome, 12-6. Their next game, next Sunday, against Memphis. And I think we're on the call for that one. Arlington's next game to try and bounce back and avoid dropping below 500 for the first time all season. At home against Michigan on Saturday, May 10th. We will definitely be on the call for that one. All right. Oh, Cujo. Oh, man. Pick the worst time. We're not doing OT tonight. You literally picked the worst possible time to come in. Appreciate you tuning in. But we're literally signing off right now. We're literally signing off. Appreciate you being here. Battlehawks win 12-6. It didn't the last few games. The last 2 games did not hit. Arlington's last game was 37-33. And St. Louis's last game was 32-27. So the under's actually been losing as of late. Today it hit, but it's been losing as of late. All right, here's the game plan. Tomorrow, UFL game at 12 o'clock. Calling that one. Houston, we're going to get to 500. Good chance to do so. We'll see what happens in that one. And then at night, D-backs Phil. So we got 2 streams tomorrow. Should be a fun day. I think 12 o'clock. And what time does the Phil's game start? What time does Phil start? We got a new video out. If you haven't seen it, click that link above to see it. D-backs Phillies. I have to check the time on that one. D-backs Phillies starts at 6 o'clock. Oh, Caleb with a tenor. Hang on a second. What's up, brother? I've been Swami College, so I haven't been in stream mill, but please give me your opinion on Patrick Willis. One of the greatest linebackers ever. Short peak, but I'm glad he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm glad he got his due, and we're starting to let guys in the Hall of Fame who had very, very short peaks, but were dominant, and he is one of them. He was, for my money, the best middle linebacker around the turn of the 2000s to the 2010s. There was no one more dominant. And that linebacking unit, too. Borland, Bowman, Willis. I mean, holy cow. That's one of the best linebacking units of all time. Patrick Willis, incredible. Appreciate the time. Which game do you want? White Sox, Royals, Orioles, Twins, or Tigers, Rockies? Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you the call for it. Central Park, I think, the next 10 years. Which game do you want, Cal? We'll get you the call for it. We're not doing overtime tonight. That was literally a buzzer beater donation with that. Appreciate you, Caleb, a ton. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you on the call for it for May 7th. For that, you make the call. Yeah, look, so it was, yeah. 2010, yeah. 15 years ago. I remember watching that play on SportsCenter, too. 15 years, I feel old. I feel so old. So let me know which game you want, Caleb, and then we will sign off on this stream. Again, appreciate all you guys tuning in. We're not doing OT tonight. I will have to go somewhere in a few minutes. So I thought they were going to play at 9:30, but they're playing at 8:30. So it's a little bit of a bummer. Kind of bummed about that, but just let me know. Otherwise, we'll just put it to a vote tomorrow if I don't hear in the next 30 seconds. So again, tomorrow a new video going to drop. A new video just dropped. Click that link above. Haven't seen already. Stream at 12 o'clock UFL, 6 o'clock for the Phillies D-backs, and we'll also, because it's going to interfere with the Derby, we're going to call the Kentucky Derby as well. We'll call some horse racing and talk about what's going on there. So, appreciate all you guys tuning in. JG9 signing off, and I will see you guys tomorrow for 2 streams. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. I think I did affect them a little bit. Yeah, because they turned it over a lot today. Perez did not look sharp. Pocket presence was not good. Penalties were just a nightmare. So, appreciate tuning in, Lightning. Thank you guys for tuning in. JG9 signing off. Have a great rest of your night. See you guys tomorrow for the UFL and the D-backs Phils game at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. UFL at 12. Take care.